Chapter 1488. Time passed slowly as Mo Qingyun set up the array. While Mo Qingyun was setting up the formation, the situation of Li Chong and the others fighting could be said to be earth-shaking. In the battle between the two sides, although Li Chong was alone, he still had the upper hand. I didn't expect Li Chong to have the upper hand under such circumstances. No wonder people say that a starving camel is still bigger than a horse. Looking at the situation of Li Chong and the rest, Mo Qingyun could not help but sigh. He was glad that he had not forced Li Chong into a life-and-death struggle. The strength of a half-step to Golden Celestial Realm expert should not be underestimated. Otherwise, even if he had killed Li Chong previously, he would have had to pay a heavy price. Of course, although Li Chong had the upper hand now, he had also paid a heavy price. Li Chang's clothes were tattered, and he looked miserable. His aura was weak, and it was obvious that he was at the end of his rope. As for Qin Yuan and the rest, they were in a worse state than Li Chong, and their injuries were more serious. Some of them even had their limbs chopped off by Li Chong in a domineering manner. It seems that it's my turn to strike. After glancing at Li Chong and the others, Mo Qingyun revealed a playful smile and waved at the ghosts at the side. Since both sides had suffered heavy losses, it was time for him, the fisherman, to take action. After receiving Mo Qingyun's order, the ghosts did not dare to hesitate. They immediately charged toward Li Chong and the rest. Seeing the ghosts charging toward them, Li Chong was so frightened that his face turned pale. He shouted at Qin Yuan and the rest, "You are all fools." Now that both sides have suffered heavy losses, Mo Qingyun is going to reap the benefits. Seeing the large group of ghosts charging toward them, Qin Yuan and the rest trembled. They were afraid of the ghosts. With so many terrifyingly powerful ghosts, it was not something that they could contend with at the moment. Immediately, the strength of Qin Yuan and the rest's attacks on Li Chong decreased significantly. As the strength of Qin Yuan and the rest's attacks had decreased, Li Chong immediately got rid of them and quickly escaped. Buzz. However, before Li Chong could escape far, a colorful light screen appeared in front of him. Array? Mo Qingyun set up a formation around the area. Seeing this scene, Li Chong was so angry that his face trembled, and his heart was filled with extreme anger. It was all because of these idiots that Mo Qingyun had the chance to set up the formation, destroying his last hope of escaping. Li Chong, you should just give up. You won't be able to escape today. Seeing that Li Chang's path was blocked, Qin Yuan and the others revealed complacent sneers, feeling a sense of satisfaction in their hearts. In their opinion, even if they were to die today, it would be worth it if they could drag Li Chong down with them. You idiots! Seeing the reaction of Qin Yuan and the others, Li Chong was so angry that he almost vomited blood. He roared with a ferocious expression, "Mo Qingyun, even if you keep me here today, I won't let you have an easy time." Shadow hunting seal. Knowing that there was no hope for him to escape, Li Chong threw caution to the wind and decided to perish together with Mo Qingyun. Under Li Chang's attack, a strange blood-colored mark quickly formed above him. Seeing that Li Chong had formed the blood-colored mark, Qin Yuan and the others were shocked and looked at Li Chong in disbelief. Li Chong actually formed the shadow hunting seal. It seems like he really intends to perish together with Mo Qingyun. This is the shadow hunting seal of Lord Xin Shao. Even a golden celestial expert can't remove it. Mo Qingyun is doomed. That's right. Lord Xin Shao is a perfected golden celestial expert. He has even killed many perfected golden celestials. Perhaps Lord Xin Shao will recognize Mo Qingyun's talent and recruit Mo Qingyun for his own use. If Mo Qingyun surrenders, we will be on the same side. We won't have to die. Seeing Li Chang's action, Qin Yuan and the others' expressions changed, and their eyes were filled with anticipation. In their opinion, if Xin Shao, a perfected golden celestial expert, made a move, Mo Qingyun would obediently surrender. Li Chong activated the dark shadow hunting seal, and he rapidly aged, instantly turning into an old man on the verge of death. Not only that, but the aura emitted from his body also disappeared in the blink of an eye. In a short while, Li Chong was like an ordinary person, without any spiritual energy fluctuations on his body. From the looks of it, the price Li Chong paid to activate this dark shadow hunting seal could be said to be quite high. It could be seen how much Li Chong hated Mo Qingyun. He was really forced into a desperate situation by Mo Qingyun. The dark shadow hunting seal was activated by Li Chong. It transformed into a blood-red streak of light and shot towards Mo Qingyun at an extremely fast speed. Facing the attack of the shadow hunting seal, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to hesitate and immediately dodged to the side. Buzz! However, just as Mo Qingyun was about to dodge, the shadow hunting seal flashed with a blood-colored light. Then, a blood-colored figure appeared in the shadow hunting seal, exuding an aura that looked down on the world. Under the cover of this aura, Mo Qingyun immediately felt dizzy, and his consciousness was hit by a terrifying force. Being hit by this terrifying force, Mo Qingyun instinctively resisted and activated the bloodline power in his body. Boom boom! Under the activation of Mo Qingyun's bloodline power, a terrifying barbaric aura burst out from his body. At this moment, 10 soul stars shone brightly and appeared between Mo Qingyun's eyebrows, exuding a terrifying demonic aura. In addition, the vegetation on some of the mountain ranges near Mo Qingyun instantly grew at an extremely fast speed. Seeing this, Qing Yuan and the others widened their eyes, stunned by Mo Qingyun's performance. This Mo Qingyun has the bloodline of the God Clan, and it's a terrifying bloodline of the God Clan. I didn't expect Mo Qingyun to be of the God Clan. This kid hit it too well. This is strange. When we checked Mo Qingyun in the East Dawn Divine Palace, he didn't have the bloodline of the God Clan. At this moment, Qing Yuan and the others were shocked by Mo Qingyun's identity. While Qing Yuan and the others were shocked, Xian Zhao's projection came out from the shadow hunting seal and said with a shocked expression, "This kid's bloodline of the Heavenly Soul Demon Clan has reached the king level. If we use his bloodline as a catalyst, we should be able to create a powerful celestial guard." Other than the bloodline of the Heavenly Soul Demon Clan, this kid seems to have an even stronger bloodline. Xian Zhao's projection exclaimed when he discovered the Genesis bloodline in Mo Qingyun's body. He said, "This bloodline doesn't seem to be on the 10,000 Ancient Tribes board, but it's stronger and stranger than any bloodline on the 10,000 Ancient Tribes board. This kid is getting more and more interesting. With this kid's talent, if he grows up, he'll be a threat to the sacred tribe. We can't let him escape." After knowing that Mo Qingyun was not simple, Xian Zhao immediately had an answer and decided to capture Mo Qingyun. Then, Xian Zhao used the projection's consciousness to control Mo Qingyun's body. Chapter 1489. The Sealed Door. Mo Qingyun roared angrily and unleashed the sealed door to seal the willpower that was eroding his consciousness. Facing the attack of the sealed door, Xian Zhao's willpower was immediately suppressed and weakened by several levels in an instant. What kind of magic is this? It actually has such a powerful sealing power. Realizing that his willpower was sealed, Xian Zhao's projection was shocked and revealed a look of surprise and curiosity. After curiously sizing up Mo Qingyun, Xian Zhao's projection sneered and said in a deep voice, "It seems that this kid has many secrets on him." While Xian Zhao's projection was pondering, his willpower that was eroding Mo Qingyun's consciousness was brutally forced out by Mo Qingyun. After forcing out Xian Zhao's projection, Mo Qingyun regained control of his body. The teleportation door. After regaining control of his body, Mo Qingyun did not dare to hesitate and immediately unleashed the teleportation door. Immediately, a whirlpool-like door of light formed in front of Mo Qingyun. Seeing that the teleportation door had formed, Mo Qingyun's body leaped and quickly rushed into the teleportation door. The moment Mo Qingyun entered the teleportation door rapidly shrank and disappeared in the blink of an eye. He escaped. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had disappeared, Xian Zhao's projection was stunned. He did not expect Mo Qingyun to have such a method of escape. However, he did not show the slightest bit of disappointment that Mo Qingyun had escaped. On the contrary, after seeing Mo Qingyun's magic, his curiosity towards Mo Qingyun became even stronger. Judging from the two divine abilities just now, they should belong to the same type of divine ability. This kid is hiding a big secret. After comparing the sealing gate with the teleportation gate, Xian Xiao immediately came to a conclusion. With a firm and cold expression, he said, "Kid, no matter what your background or identity is, since you have a shadow hunting mark on you, you won't be able to escape from me." Mo Qingyun actually escaped? Seeing Mo Qingyun's figure disappear, Qin Yuan and the others were shocked. They were very surprised by this situation. After all, even the projection of Xian Zhao's willpower was comparable to a golden celestial. With Mo Qingyun's cultivation at the immortal infant stage, he was still able to escape unscathed from the attack of a golden immortal stage expert. This kind of ability was enough to make him proud. This Mo Qingyun really has a lot of tricks up his sleeves. Once he matures, he will definitely be extremely terrifying. A person at the immortal infant stage, escaping from a golden immortal stage expert. Mo Qingyun is the first person to do so. If it weren't for this unforeseen event, the Eternal South Immortal Palace would have risen in less than 100 years. Seeing Mo Qingyun's current performance, Qin Yuan and the others were filled with emotion and admiration. They believed that, with their cultivation, they would not be able to escape unscathed from Xian Zhao's projection. The ghosts summoned by this kid are still here. I think he might come back to collect them. Looking at the hundreds and thousands of ghosts around him, Xian Zhao's projection sneered and sat down on the ground with his legs crossed. Looking at his current appearance, it seemed like he was going to wait for his prey. Seeing Xian Zhao's projection's action, Qin Yuan and the others did not dare to hesitate and walked to the front of Xian Zhao's projection. Coming to the front of Xian Zhao's projection, Qin Yuan and the others bowed respectfully and sat down beside Xian Zhao's projection. At this moment, while Qin Yuan and the others were waiting, in a forest not far away, Mo Qingyun's figure appeared. His face was filled with lingering fear. Phew, that was close. Mo Qingyun took a deep breath. If he had not acted decisively just now, he might not have been able to escape. After calming down the fear in his heart, Mo Qingyun looked hesitant and said to himself, "I haven't collected those ghosts yet. Should I go back and collect them now? Or should I leave them to fend for themselves?" Thinking of the realm of those ghosts, Mo Qingyun immediately made up his mind and said to himself, "Those ghosts are only at the Great Star Realm. They're not very useful to me. There is no need to take the risk to go back and collect them." Mo Qingyun knew very well that he was able to escape from Xian Zhao's projection this time, because he was lucky and caught him off guard. Next time, if Xian Zhao's projection was on guard, he would not be so lucky. Mo Qingyun looked around and knew where he was. He said in a low voice, "According to Captain Liu, as long as I pass through the Longquan River in the west, I will be able to enter the God race's territory." With this thought, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and immediately summoned the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle. After summoning the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle, Mo Qingyun switched identities with Mo Zai and entered the Five Directions Pagoda to cultivate. After the incident with Xian Xiao, Mo Qingyun deeply understood that his current cultivation was still too low. Realizing that his cultivation was insufficient, Mo Qingyun prepared to seize the time to cultivate and strive to improve his cultivation. After Mo Qingyun entered the Five Directions Pagoda, he first looked for Liu Yanghu and the others to arrange their cultivation problems. "Brother Mo, how is the situation outside? Brother Mo, have you gotten rid of those people?" Seeing Mo Qingyun enter the Five Directions Pagoda, Liu Yanghu and the others were nervous and asked about Mo Qingyun's situation. Hearing Liu Yanghu and the others' questions, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly and replied, "Don't worry, I've already gotten rid of those people. Now, you just have to focus on cultivating here. Once we enter the God Race's territory, I will let you leave the Five Directions Pagoda." "Okay, Hearing Mo Qingyun's explanation, Lu Yonghu and the others relaxed and cultivated under Mo Qingyun's arrangement. After settling Lu Yonghu and the others' cultivation, Mo Qingyun went to check on Chu Yunyun and the others' cultivation situation. When Mo Qingyun found Chu Yunyun, he found that her cultivation had also broken through to the true immortal realm. Yunyun's cultivation has also broken through. Seeing that Chu Yunyun's cultivation had broken through, Mo Qingyun's expression turned serious, and he sighed inwardly. Everyone's cultivation has broken through to the true immortal realm. It seems that the matter of collecting incense power needs to be sped up again. Mo Qingyun sighed inwardly. He found a place and began to cultivate, allowing his cultivation to advance further. Soon after, immortal stones filled with spiritual energy were placed by Mo Qingyun's side. Devouring Gate. Mo Qingyun took out the immortal stones and used the Devouring Gate to absorb the spiritual energy in the surrounding immortal stones. Under the absorption of the Devouring Gate, strands of spiritual energy were extracted and flew into the Devouring Gate like thin threads. The spiritual energy was converted by the Devouring Gate and transferred into Mo Qingyun's body. Sensing the spiritual energy entering his body, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and began to refine the spiritual energy in his body. As Mo Qingyun refined the spiritual energy, the density of spiritual energy in his body increased at a speed visible to the naked eye. Chapter 1490. If the amount of immortal spiritual energy in Mo Qingyun's body in the past was like a small lake, then the amount of immortal spiritual energy in Mo Qingyun's body now was like a vast ocean. Even though his current cultivation level was still at the immortal infant stage, there was a world of difference compared to before. Half-step true immortal realm. Sensing his current cultivation, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly. He was very satisfied with the results of this cultivation. Just as Mo Qingyun was about to continue cultivating, Mo Zai sent him a spiritual message. She said in a low voice, "Original body, we have already entered the territory of the god race." We have already entered the territory of the god race? Hearing Mo Zai's message, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He led Lu Yonghu and the others out of the Five Directions Small Pagoda. Coming out of the Five Directions Small Pagoda, Lu Yonghu and the others were in a daze as they confirmed their location. "Captain Lu, where are we now?" Looking at the dazed expressions of Lu Yonghu and the others, Mo Qingyun asked. He wanted to confirm his current location. Hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Lu Yonghu pondered for a moment, then said, "Brother Mo, we are now near the Heavenly Mountain Range. This is the territory of the Cloud, Thunder, Devil, Tiger tribe. Approximately how far away are we from your tribe?" Hearing Lu Yonghu's words, Mo Qingyun frowned slightly and asked Lu Yonghu. Mo Qingyun thought that since it was his first time in the territory of the god race, he should first find a place to settle down. Then, he could slowly explore the territory of the god race. "My tribe?" Lu Yonghu was stunned. He didn't expect Mo Qingyun to ask about his tribe. After thinking for a while, he said, "Our tribe is a branch of the Cloud, Thunder, Devil, Tiger tribe. Therefore, my tribe is also in the Heavenly Mountain Range. It will take about 3 days to reach the Cloud, Thunder, Devil, Tiger tribe from here. Come, let's go to your tribe." Hearing Lu Yonghu's answer, Mo Qingyun told him his thoughts and decided to go to the Barbarian Bulls and Thunder Tigers first. Mo Qingyun thought to himself, not only would he be able to find a place to settle down among the Barbarian Bulls and Thunder Tigers, he could also help Lu Yonghu and the others settle down. If he settled Lu Yonghu and the others somewhere else, Mo Qingyun would still be worried. However, if he let them stay with the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe, Mo Qingyun wouldn't be worried at all. Shortly after, Lu Yonghu and the others brought Mo Qingyun and rushed towards the Barbarian Bulls and Thunder Tiger tribe. On the way to the Barbarian Bulls and Thunder Tigers, Mo Qingyun entered the 5-directional pagoda again to cultivate and raise his strength. Due to the fact that they didn't have much time to travel and that breaking through to the true immortal realm was no small matter. When he returned to the five-directional miniature pagoda, Mo Qingyun did not immediately break through to the next realm. Instead, he decided to cultivate his divine ability. The breakthrough of the array doctrine and the soul doctrine is very slow. I won't be able to achieve great results in a short period of time. After analyzing the characteristics of the array doctrine and the soul doctrine, Mo Qingyun eliminated these two cultivation paths and began to analyze the other cultivation paths. The inheritance of the heavenly eye doctrine is an auxiliary cultivation path. It will also be difficult to achieve results in a short period of time. In this case, only the galloping thunder doctrine is left. After analyzing and summarizing the characteristics of the few inheritances that he had obtained, Mo Qingyun decided to cultivate the galloping thunder doctrine. As the inheritance of an expert at the peak of the golden immortal realm, the contents of the galloping thunder doctrine were naturally obscure and difficult to understand. Under normal circumstances, even an ordinary expert at the golden immortal realm would find it extremely difficult to comprehend it. Not to mention Mo Qingyun, who was only at the immortal infant stage. However, although the galloping thunder doctrine's inner glory was obscure and difficult to understand, Mo Qingyun did not give up because of that. Under Mo Qingyun's continuous study, the contents of the galloping thunder doctrine were gradually comprehended by him. Of course, this level of comprehension was extremely small and almost negligible. Even so, after Mo Qingyun comprehended these contents, he still benefited a lot. While Mo Qingyun was immersed in cultivation, Xian Zhao's projection, who had been waiting for him, showed an impatient expression. He stood up and muttered to himself, "It has been almost 2 days. That kid still hasn't appeared. It seems that he really won't appear." Seeing that Mo Qingyun had not been seen since Mo Qingyun had escaped, Xian Zhao's projection was unwilling to wait any longer. Hearing the words of Xian Zhao's projection, Qingyun and the others stood up and waited for the instructions of Xian Zhao's projection. The cultivation of those ghosts seems to have weakened compared to a few days ago. A few days ago, the weakest of these ghosts was at the lesser star level. Now, they're only at the accumulative star level. Could it be that the ghosts that Mo Qingyun summoned will become weaker as time passes? No wonder Mo Qingyun didn't come to collect them. It turns out that they're only one-time battle items. After this discovery, Qingyun and the others were enlightened. They knew why Mo Qingyun didn't come. After realizing that there was something wrong with the ghosts and confirming that he had waited in vain, Xian Zhao's projection's expression turned ugly. Kid, even if you escape to the ends of the earth, I will still capture you." After confirming that Mo Qingyun wouldn't come back, Xian Zhao's projection snorted coldly and his figure slowly disappeared in midair. Seeing that Xian Zhao's projection had disappeared, Qingyun and the others looked at each other and asked, "Master Xian Zhao has left. What should we do next?" Hearing everyone's question, Qingyun's expression turned blank for a moment. He then said to everyone in a deep voice, "Mo Qingyun will be personally captured by Master Xian Zhao. We don't have to worry about this. We are already lucky to have escaped with our lives this time. Let's go back and capture the geniuses." Hearing Qingyun's words, the others nodded in agreement and left with Qingyun. After Qingyun and the others left, in a dark room in the East Dawn Immortal Palace, a middle-aged man said coldly, "I, Xian Zhao, have never failed to capture the prey that I have set my eyes on. Since that's the case, let's play a game. Xing Zhuang, gather everyone here. I have something to instruct them." Xian Zhao's expression was solemn as he instructed the young man beside him. He then sneered and said to himself, "Ever since I broke through to the Daluo Golden Celestial Stage 10,000 years ago, there has never been anything that interested me so much." After a while, under the guidance of a young man named Xing Zhuang, about a dozen people came to the dark room. Among these people, except for a few who were at the half-step Golden Celestial Stage, the rest were all at the Golden Celestial Stage, especially the two people standing beside Xing Zhuang. Their auras were comparable to Xian Zhao's. It seemed that even if they were not at the Daluo golden celestial stage, they were not far from it. "Greetings, master." When the people came to the dark room, they cupped their hands respectfully and bowed to Xian Shao. After glancing at the people in front of him, Xian Shao put on a solemn expression and said to them, "Now, I have something to instruct you to do for me." Hearing Xian Zhao's words, the people were surprised. They were curious about the identity of the person who had caught Xian Zhao's attention. Chapter 1491. This kid's name is Mo Qingyun. He has the bloodline of the Heavenly Soul Demon Clan. He is currently escaping to the Heavenly Mountain Range. Xian Shao explained all the information about Mo Qingyun to Xing Zhuang and the others without missing a single detail. After Xian Shao finished speaking, his expression turned serious. He added to the others, "Although this kid is only at the immortal infant stage, he has many strange abilities. You must not underestimate him. You must use all your strength to capture him." Immortal infant stage? After learning about Mo Qingyun's cultivation, Xing Zhuang and the others were shocked. They instinctively felt a sense of contempt. With Mo Qingyun's immortal infant stage cultivation, he actually attracted Xian Zhao's attention. This was indeed unexpected. Seeing the change in the expressions of Xing Zhuang and the others, Xian Shao immediately guessed their thoughts. He reminded them, "You must not underestimate Mo Qingyun just because he is at the immortal infant stage." Xing Zhuang and the others were puzzled. So what if a person at the immortal infant stage had strange means? What could he possibly do in front of a constellation realm expert? As the master of Xing Zhuang and the others, Xian Shao naturally knew what they were thinking. With a solemn expression, he said in a deep voice, "This Mo Qingyun has mastered a magical ability. He can merge with other living creatures and borrow their cultivation for his own use. From what I know, he has merged with the power of a constellation realm ghost. You must not underestimate him based on his cultivation." There was such a magical ability. Xing Zhuang and the others were shocked. They immediately withdrew their contempt for Mo Qingyun. Seeing that Xing Zhuang and the others had withdrawn their contempt, Xian Zhao's expression turned better. He explained to Xing Zhuang and the others. After that, Xing Zhuang and the others left to capture Mo Qingyun. 5 days later, on a small path in the Heavenly Mountain Range, a group of people were hurrying on their way. Not long after, a huge city appeared in front of them. Barbarian Bull, Thunder Tiger City. Seeing the city in front of them, Liu Yanghu and the rest revealed a happy expression. They had finally arrived at the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe. "Brother Mo, the Barbarian Bull Lightning Tiger tribe has arrived." Standing in front of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City, Liu Yanghu pointed at the city in front of him and reported his location. "Have you arrived?" Mo Zai muttered to herself as she looked at the city before her. She then sent a spiritual message to Mo Qingyun. After receiving Mo Zai's soul transmission, Mo Qingyun immediately withdrew from his cultivation and began to examine his gains from this cultivation session. This time, his cultivation did not increase, but the aura he exuded was more restrained than before. If Mo Qingyun was described as a rusty iron sword before he started cultivating, then he was now a cultivator. Right now, he was a two-edged divine sword that could cut through iron like it was mud. The two could not be compared. Besides, Mo Qingyun's speed had increased after comprehending the rushing Thunderwind Dao. As Mo Qingyun moved, his afterimages would be mixed with the power of wind and thunder, forming a temporary domain of wind and thunder. In this domain of wind and thunder, Mo Qingyun's movements and attacks would be multiplied. It is indeed worthy of being the inheritance of a half-step golden immortal expert. I have only comprehended 1/10,000th of it, but I have such amazing gains. Seeing the gains of this cultivation, Mo Qingyun was pleasantly surprised. His figure flashed, and he swapped identities with Mo Zai. "Let's go." After arriving beside Liu Yanghu, Mo Qingyun instructed him to lead the way. So strong. In just a few days, Brother Mo has become even more unfathomable. Sensing the aura on Mo Qingyun's body, Lu Yonghu's expression changed. He could not help but sigh. It seems like brother Mo must have gained a lot from his seclusion this time. Lu Yonghu sighed in his heart. He walked forward and led Mo Qingyun and the rest into the city. "Stop, who are you?" Seeing Mo Qingyun and the rest approaching, the guards at the entrance of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger City shouted angrily with an unhappy expression. When these guards scolded Mo Qingyun and the rest, they all acted as if they were facing a great enemy, which surprised Mo Qingyun. Judging from the actions of these guards, the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe seems to be in danger. Mo Qingyun thought silently. Lu Banlu sighed. Looking at the young guards in front of him, Lu Yonghu recognized them, and a surprised smile appeared on his face. Seeing that Lu Yonghu recognized them, the two young men were shocked and looked at Lu Yonghu in surprise. After looking carefully, the two guards also recognized Lu Yonghu and said excitedly, "Uncle Yonghu, is it really you? You have returned from the Iron Blood Realm Abyss?" "Yes, I'm back." Seeing that the two young men recognized him, Lu Yonghu smiled excitedly and patted them on the shoulder. He said with relief, "I didn't expect you to have grown so much after not seeing you for more than 10 years. Hearing Lu Yonghu's words, the two young men revealed simple and honest smiles and rubbed the back of their heads, looking embarrassed. After exchanging greetings with Lu Yonghu, the young men's attention fell on Mo Qingyun and the rest. They asked, "Uncle Yonghu, who are they?" "These are my friends. They are Mo Qingyun, Chatin." Seeing that they asked about Mo Qingyun and the rest, Lu Yonghu showed a serious expression and introduced Mo Qingyun and the rest of them. After introducing everyone, Lu Bin led Mo Qingyun and the rest into the city to see the patriarch of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe. Mo Qingyun walked into the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger City. He found that the members of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe in the city all had tense expressions, as if they were facing a great enemy. Seeing this scene, Mo Qingyun was even more certain of his guess. However, Mo Qingyun did not point it out immediately. He planned to observe for a while before making a decision. After a short while, under the guidance of Lu Bin and the rest, Mo Qingyun and the rest arrived at the city lord's mansion. At this moment, many elders of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe were sitting in the conference hall of the city lord's mansion. They also seemed to have a lot on their minds, as if they were discussing something important, but they did not discuss an effective way to deal with it. Mo Qingyun walked into the conference hall and released his soul power to sense everyone's cultivation. Mo Qingyun sensed that the elders of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe were not particularly strong. Among them, the elder with the highest cultivation should be the patriarch of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe, who had just entered the Lesser Star Realm. "Patriarch, Uncle Yonghu is back." Leading Mo Qingyun and the rest into the conference hall, Lu Bin reported the arrival of Lu Yonghu and the rest to the patriarch of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe. "Oh, Yonghu is back." Hearing Lu Bin's report, the patriarch of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe looked at Lu Yonghu excitedly. Lu Yonghu was one of the most talented people in the younger generation of the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe. His strength was only inferior to the elders of the tribe. Chapter 1492. Yonghu pays his respects to the patriarch and the elders. Chagun pays his respects to the elders. Mo Qingyun pays his respects to the elders. Glancing at the crowd in the hall, Mo Qingyun and the others cupped their fists and bowed to the people in the hall. Although the patriarch and the elders of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe didn't have particularly high cultivation bases, Mo Qingyun still bowed out of courtesy. Everyone is a guest from afar, so there's no need for formalities. Please take a seat. The patriarch of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe smiled faintly when he saw the actions of Mo Qingyun and the others. He invited Mo Qingyun and the others to take a seat. When the patriarch of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe greeted Mo Qingyun and the others, he sensed Lu Yonghu's cultivation base and asked in shock, Yanghu, your cultivation base has reached the Lesser Star Realm. Not long ago, I had a breakthrough by chance. Lu Yanghu didn't hide anything from the patriarch of the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe and answered truthfully. The elders of the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe in the hall smiled in surprise when they heard Lu Yanghu's words. To the current barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe, having a Lesser Star Realm powerhouse was extremely good news. Patriarch, these are my friends. They are Mo, Qingyun, Cha In, Min Xiong. After exchanging a few pleasantries with the patriarch of the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe, Lu Yanghu introduced Mo Qingyun and the others to Mo Qingyun and the others. This is the patriarch of the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe, Lu Xinxiong. Beside him is the great elder Lu Xinji, the second elder Lu Yunfei, the third elder Lu Changchuan, the fourth elder Lu Guozi. After Lu Yanghu's introduction, Mo Qingyun and the others exchanged some pleasantries and officially got to know each other. Patriarch, when I entered the hall just now, I noticed that all of you were frowning. Could the tribe have encountered some trouble? Lu Yanghu asked with a puzzled expression when he recalled the expressions of Lu Xinxiong and the others. Lu Xinxiong and the others' expressions immediately turned grave when they heard Lu Yanghu's words. Sigh. It's a long story. It's all because my barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe is too weak. Lu Xinxiong sighed with a pained and furious expression as he spoke of the entire story. A few months ago, an enormous change occurred in the ancestral grounds of my barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger clan. An enormous forest suddenly appeared, and it contained boundless Joss flame energy. The power of incense. Mo Qingyun raised his eyebrows, his expression suddenly becoming excited. What he lacked the most now was incense. If he could get the incense from the forest, it might be able to solve his urgent need. Under Mo Qingyun's fervent gaze, Lu Xinxiong continued to narrate, "Originally, this was a great thing for my clan. We didn't have to worry about accumulating the power of incense when we broke through the Minor Star Realm. Who would have thought?" At this point, Lu Xinxiong's expression became heavy. He sorted out his emotions and continued. Who would have thought that the appearance of the Joss Flame Forest would attract the attention of the major tribes? They wanted us to hand over the keys to enter the Joss Flame Forest. However, we only have a total of 20 keys, but we are being threatened by more than 30 tribes. This is really giving us a headache. Hearing Lu Xinxiong's words, Mo Qingyun immediately understood. He knew why Lu Xinxiong was having a headache. In this situation where there were too many wolves and too little meat, it seemed that no matter what the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe did, they would offend some powerful tribes. After understanding the whole story, Lu Yanghu turned to look at Mo Qingyun with a pleading expression. However, Mo Qingyun didn't immediately respond to Lu Yanghu's pleading. Instead, he asked Lu Xinxiong, "Uncle Xiong, how strong are the tribes that want to snatch the keys?" The strength of those tribes is far from what my barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe can compare to. Speaking of the tribes that want to snatch the keys, Lu Xinxiong sighed and smiled bitterly. The largest tribe is the Black Abyss Devil Tiger tribe. They have several constellation powerhouses holding down the fort. The second is the Three-Headed Thunder Tiger tribe. They have one constellation powerhouse holding down the fort. Next, Lu Xinxiong described the strength of each tribe to Mo Qingyun. With only a constellation powerhouse holding down the fort, they aren't particularly difficult to deal with. After listening to Lu Xinxiong's description, Mo Qingyun's expression changed slightly. The worries in his heart disappeared. With his current strength, it wouldn't be too difficult to take down these tribes. Although he knew the strength of the invading tribes, Mo Qingyun didn't immediately state his position and promise to help the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe. Firstly, he also had thoughts about the Joss Flames. If he took the initiative to help, it would be difficult to ask for Joss Flames later. Secondly, if he directly stated his own price, it would give people a feeling that he had ulterior motives. More importantly, with his cultivation at the immortal infant stage, even if he promised to settle this matter, Lu Xinxiong and the others might not believe him. Seeing that Mo Qingyun didn't say anything, Lu Xinxiong and the others didn't think too much about it. They didn't place their hopes on Mo Qingyun. Obviously, they didn't think that Mo Qingyun's cultivation at the immortal infant stage would be of much help to them. Seeing that Mo Qingyun didn't say anything, Lu Yonghu didn't open his mouth to say anything. He thought that Mo Qingyun should have his own plans. For a moment, everyone in the conference hall fell silent, making the atmosphere a little awkward. Lu Xinxiong pondered for a moment, then opened his mouth to break the silence. He said to Lu Yonghu, "Yonghu, your friends must be tired after rushing all the way. Take them to rest." Okay. Hearing Lu Xinxiong's words, Lu Yonghu no longer hesitated and left with Mo Qingyun and the others. Mo Qingyun didn't say anything about Lu Xinxiong's arrangement and followed Lu Yonghu out of the conference hall. After coming out of the conference hall, Mo Qingyun didn't rush to the incense forest. Instead, he followed Lu Yonghu to rest. Under Lu Yonghu's arrangement, Mo Qingyun stayed in a quiet little courtyard. After arriving at this small courtyard, Mo Qingyun didn't waste any time and immediately entered the Five Directions small pagoda to cultivate. Mo Qingyun's idea was very simple. What he needed to do now was to wait. Wait for those clansmen who wanted to snatch the key to arrive. When those clansmen snatched the key from the Barbarian Ox Thunder Tiger clan, he would make a move to snatch those people. In this way, he wouldn't offend the Barbarian Ox Thunder Tiger clan and could still obtain his own benefits. In order to grasp the situation of the Barbarian Ox Thunder Tiger clan, Mo Qingyun entered the Five Directions small pagoda and left Mo Zai outside to observe the Barbarian Ox Thunder Tiger clan's every move. After dealing with everything, Mo Qingyun began to cultivate and continued to comprehend the inheritance of the galloping Thunderwind path. As Mo Qingyun continued to comprehend, the power of wind and lightning he could control became stronger and stronger. Every time he moved, the power of wind and lightning in his afterimages would increase, and the domain of wind and lightning could be maintained for longer and longer. Time passed bit by bit. The storm behind the calm was also constantly approaching. Chapter 1493. Following the arrival of the various clans, the sky above the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City was filled with terrifying auras. Under the shroud of these terrifying auras, the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe's clansmen revealed terrified expressions. If these people killed their way into the city with the strength of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe, they would only be reduced to a situation of being slaughtered. What will come in the end. Seeing the arrival of the various clans, Lu Xinxiong couldn't help but sigh inwardly. He brought the elders to meet the various clans. Following Lu Xinxiong to meet the various clans, Lu Yonghu frowned tightly with an anxious and nervous expression. He thought to himself, Brother Mo has been in seclusion since he came to the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City. It has been a few days now. I wonder if he has come out of seclusion? Although Lu Yonghu was anxious, he didn't disturb Mo Qingyun as he didn't want to affect Mo Qingyun's cultivation. He thought that if the various clans really attacked, it wouldn't be too late for him to call Mo Qingyun. Little did they know that when Lu Yonghu went to meet the people from the various clans, Mo Zai transmitted a message to Mo Qingyun, true self, the people from the various clans have arrived. Lu Xinxiong and the others have already gone to meet them. They're already here? Hearing Mo Zai's transmission, Mo Qingyun's face lit up with joy, and he quickly swapped identities with Mo Zai. After coming out of the five-directional pagoda, Mo Qingyun didn't look for Lu Xinxiong and the others. Instead, he first looked at the harvest of his cultivation. Mo Qingyun's figure moved, leaving behind a shadow behind him. In the space where the shadow flashed, there were bolts of lightning intertwining. The aura of these bolts of lightning was very strong, enough to seriously injure an expert of a minor star position and threaten an expert of a major star position. More importantly, if one was hit by these bolts of lightning, one's mobility would be greatly restricted, making one lose the opportunity to escape. As expected of the inheritance left behind by a half-step perfected golden immortal expert, I haven't even comprehended 1,000th of it, but my strength has increased by several times. Mo Qingyun revealed a pleasantly surprised expression when he saw the results of his closed-door training. He couldn't help but sigh with emotion in his heart. He then said, "With my current strength, I can fight against an ordinary big star powerhouse even if I don't use any magic." Mo Qingyun muttered to himself. With a flash, he left the barbarian bull Lightning Tiger City. After leaving the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger City, Mo Qingyun did not look for Lu Yonghu. Instead, he silently observed the situation from the side. Under Mo Qingyun's observation, he discovered that the invading clans were all looking down at Lu Xinxiong and the others with an arrogant attitude. A short while later, a dark-faced, middle-aged man with a single horn on his head walked out from one of the clans and said coldly, "Lu Xinxiong, our patriarch said that we will only take 5 out of the 20 keys. You can do whatever you want with the rest." Hearing the middle-aged man's words, Lu Xinxiong's face immediately paled and his legs went soft. There weren't enough keys to enter the burning incense forest to begin with. Now, the other party actually wanted 5 keys. This was not giving the barbarian bull Lightning Tiger tribe any chance of survival. Before Lu Xinxiong could calm his gloomy mood, a middle-aged man with 3 heads slowly walked forward and said, "Our 3-head Thunder Tiger tribe is not as greedy as the Black Abyss Demon Tiger tribe. We only want 3 keys." 3 keys. Lu Xinxiong's expression froze once again. He lost his footing and almost fell to the ground. This way, only 12 of the 20 keys to the burning incense forest were left. However, there were still more than 20 clans that had come to snatch the keys. This way, even if they were sold off, there wouldn't be enough keys for everyone. The clans that had come to snatch the keys clearly weren't in the mood to care about Lu Xinxiong's thoughts. A middle-aged man with a pair of wings on his back also walked out when he saw the actions of the Black Abyss Devil Tiger tribe and said, "In that case, our Eagle Feather Tiger tribe will also make a request. Our request isn't too high. We only want 3 keys to the burning incense forest." Then, the leaders of the various clans started to make their own requests to Lu Xinxiong. When he heard the requests of the various clans, Mo Qingyun made a rough estimate. Roughly 40 keys would be needed to split the keys. This way, it would be impossible for Lu Xinxiong to satisfy everyone. More importantly, the clans that had come to snatch the keys were obviously playing a very slippery game. They only said that they wanted to snatch the keys, but they didn't give the barbarian bull Lightning Tiger tribe any promises. They simply didn't care about the life and death of the barbarian bull Lightning Tiger tribe. When he heard the requests of the various clans, Lu Xinxiong's mood sank to the extreme. He even felt like dying. What should he do? If he didn't handle this well, the barbarian bull Lightning Tiger tribe would be besieged by all the other clans and might very well end up being exterminated. Lu Xinxiong was now hoping that the powerful clan would be willing to step forward and discuss the terms of handing over the keys. As long as they handed over the keys, the other party would guarantee the safety of the barbarian bull Lightning Tiger tribe. But now, none of the clans were willing to make a promise. This made things difficult for him. Just as Lu Xinxiong was in a dilemma and didn't know what to do, Lu Yonghu's expression darkened. He said, "Clan leader, from the looks of the current situation, no matter how the keys are distributed, it seems like we will offend some of the clans. Isn't that the case? This is exactly what gives me a headache." Lu Xinxiong sighed and seemed to have aged a few years. "Actually, I do have a way to resolve this situation. I don't know if you want to hear it." When he thought of Mo Qingyun, who was cultivating the city, Lu Yonghu couldn't help but decide to ask Mo Qingyun to help resolve this crisis. "What is it? Tell us." Hearing Lu Yonghu's words, Lu Xinxiong and the rest's eyes lit up. They immediately urged Lu Yonghu. Under the urging of Lu Xinxiong and the rest, Lu Yonghu no longer kept them in suspense. With a serious expression, he said in a deep voice, "I think we can give the keys to Brother Mo and use this to ask Brother Mo for help. If Brother Mo is willing to help, this matter will be resolved immediately." "Brother Mo, are you talking about that Mo Qingyun?" Hearing Lu Yonghu's words, Lu Shenxiong and the rest were disappointed and their eyes dimmed. They didn't expect that the good idea Lu Yonghu was talking about was to ask someone with an immortal infant stage cultivation to help. Was this matter something that a junior at the immortal infant stage could participate in and resolve? The answer was obviously not. Lu Shenxiong was silent for a moment. Then he sighed to Lu Yonghu. Yonghu, if I'm not wrong, young friend Mo should have some qualities. But the current situation is not something he can resolve. It's better not to trouble him. Hearing Lu Shenxiong's words, Lu Yonghu immediately knew that Lu Shenxiong didn't believe in Mo Qingyun. Knowing Lu Shenxiong's thoughts, Lu Yonghu couldn't help but sigh and frown even more. Chapter 1494. Seeing that the method of asking Mo Qingyun for help didn't work, Lu Yonghu began to think again, trying to find a better way. Soon after, Lu Yonghu thought for a while and came up with a solution. Lu Yonghu's eyes lit up and he became excited. He said in pleasant surprise, "Since we'll offend a portion of the clans regardless of who we give the key to, why don't we just throw the key out and let them fight for it themselves? It'll be up to them whether they can get it or not." Lu Shenxiong's face tensed up when he heard Lu Yonghu's suggestion. Worry and concern filled his face as he said, "Wouldn't that be the same as offending all the clans? Patriarch, there's something you don't know. Please let me slowly explain it to you." Lu Yonghu grinned when he discovered that Lu Shenxiong's train of thought had gone astray. He smiled slyly. "Once we throw the key out, the clans that get the key won't have the time to pay attention to us. As for the clans that don't get the key, they'll naturally think of ways to get the key and ignore us." In truth, Lu Yonghu's reasoning was only on the surface. He didn't voice out his true thoughts. His thoughts were like this. Since they could not keep the key, protecting the Barbarian Ox and Thunder Tiger clans was the key. Since they could not ask Mo Qingyun to come forward and keep the key for the Barbarian Ox and Thunder Tiger clans, it should be possible to ask him to protect them. That's a good idea. Lu Shenxiong's eyes lit up when he heard Lu Yonghu's words. He expressed his approval of Lu Yonghu's suggestion. This move could be considered as redirecting the trouble away from the Barbarian Ox and Thunder Tiger clans, shifting their attention to the other clans in the blink of an eye. At that time, even if the other clans did not get the key, they would probably think twice before taking revenge on the Barbarian Ox and Thunder Tiger clans. As a result, they could resolve the crisis of the Barbarian Ox and Thunder Tiger clans if they followed Lu Yonghu's plan. Lu Shenxiong, have you thought it through? A middle-aged man from the Black Abyss Devil Tiger clan urged in displeasure when Lu Shenxiong did not respond for a long time. Lu Shenxiong smiled faintly when he heard the middle-aged man's urging. He took out the key and said, "The keys to the incense forest are all here. If you have the ability, go fight for them yourselves. As for how many you can get, that'll be up to you." After Lu Shenxiong said that, he tossed the key to the burning incense forest out of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City. When Lu Shenxiong tossed them out, the 20 burning incense forest keys immediately turned into 20 streaks of light and flew out of the Barbarian Bull Thunderous Tiger City. Seeing Lu Shenxiong's actions, the expressions of the people from the various clans changed greatly. They did not expect Lu Shenxiong to do this. Is this Lu Shenxiong crazy? Isn't he afraid of offending us? Don't worry about that. The most important thing now is to snatch those keys. That damned Lu Shenxiong. He actually used such a method to divert the attention of our various races. All of you scram. Our Black Abyss Devil Tiger clan will take all the keys to the incense forest. Oomph. Although your Black Abyss Devil Tiger clan is powerful, you still can't swallow this fat piece of meat. Enough with the nonsense. Let's fight for the keys to the incense forest with our own abilities. As they chased after the burning incense forest keys, the various clans did not give way to each other and had a short discussion. As the various clans chased after the 20 burning incense forest keys, a figure instantly rushed in front of them. After rushing to the front of the various clans, the figure flashed a few times and caught up to the 20 burning incense forest keys. After catching up to the 20 burning incense forest keys, the figure raised his hand and grabbed, collecting the 20 keys in his hand. Brother Mo, he's here. Seeing the figure take away the burning incense forest keys, Liu Yanghu's expression shook and a surprised smile appeared on his face. From his point of view, since Mo Qingyun had already made his move, there was no need to worry about this matter. Mo Qingyun, he snatched the burning incense forest keys. Is he crazy? Is he trying to provoke the various clans? He's too reckless. If the various clans pursue the matter because of his actions, it will be troublesome. If that's the case, wouldn't all our efforts go down the drain? Seeing Mo Qingyun's actions, Lu Xinxiong and the others were enraged. They were dissatisfied with Mo Qingyun. From their point of view, Mo Qingyun's actions were causing trouble for the Barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe. Under the gaze of Lu Xinxiong and the others, Mo Qingyun stopped and stood in midair. Seeing Mo Qingyun stop, the various clans were enraged. They stared at Mo Qingyun with sinister eyes. Kid, I think you're tired of living. How dare you steal our things? An immortal infant stage, Kid dares to have designs on the burning incense forest. How audacious. Kid, you're only at the immortal infant stage. The burning incense forest won't be of much use to you. Why don't we make a deal? Kid, if you hand over the burning incense forest keys to me, this old man will guarantee your life today. How about it? At this moment, some of the people in charge of the various tribes were negotiating with Mo Qingyun. When they were negotiating with Mo Qingyun, their actions were unanimous. They didn't attack Mo Qingyun. They knew that if they attacked first, they would become everyone's enemy. This wasn't something they wanted to see. Mo Qingyun smiled faintly when he saw everyone's reaction. He casually put away the key and said, "Now, I'll give you all a chance. If you submit to me now, I can spare your lives later." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, everyone was dumbfounded. They thought they heard wrong. Is this kid crazy? A kid at the immortal infant stage wants all the clans to surrender to him? Is he here to be a joke? Haha, this is too funny. This kid wants us to surrender to him. Who does this kid think he is? A powerhouse of the golden immortal realm? Later, don't kill this kid. I want to capture him and tell him jokes every day. That's good. When the time comes, we'll let him set up a stage and take turns telling us jokes every day. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the various clans were stunned for a moment. Then they began to laugh loudly. While everyone was laughing, a young man from the Black Abyss Devil Tiger clan walked out. He looked at Mo Qingyun with disdain and said, "Kid, this is the first time I, Peng Cheng, have seen someone as arrogant as you. Now, let me see what you're made of. There are many things you don't know." Chapter 1495. You make the first move. Otherwise, you won't even have a chance to attack when I make my move. Mo Qingyun glanced at Cheng Peng indifferently. He didn't want to waste time with him, so he impatiently waved his hand at him. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Cheng Peng was so angry that his body trembled. His face was extremely pale. As a genius of the Black Abyss Demonic Tiger clan, he had never been looked down upon like this since he started cultivating. The Black Abyss Demonic Tiger clan's brat is too rash. The brat who snatched the key is not easy to deal with. It will be difficult for him to defeat him. That's right. The brat who snatched the key is flying at a speed comparable to a Constellation Realm expert. He's not that easy to deal with. It's good to let the Black Abyss Demonic Tiger clan's brat test the waters. This way, when we make our move, we can know the brat who snatched the key. If that's the case, I become even more curious about this battle. At this moment, the people from the various clans sneered. Everyone was harboring evil intentions. "Brat, anyone can talk big. I hope you really have the ability to do so." Under everyone's gaze, Cheng Peng snorted unhappily and began to attack Mo Qingyun. As soon as Cheng Peng finished speaking, he released the aura of a peak Constellation Realm expert and suppressed Mo Qingyun. However, Mo Qingyun was not affected by his aura at all. He was still as calm as ever. Seeing Mo Qingyun's performance, Cheng Peng's face turned even uglier. He shouted angrily, "You do have some ability. Even so, today I will let you know that arrogance comes with a price." "Mystique, Black Abyss Demonic Tiger God," Cheng Peng shouted angrily. He used his natural mystique and pushed the power of his bloodline to the extreme. Soon, a huge black tiger shadow formed outside Changpeng's body. After the tiger shadow formed, it released a shocking aura and overlapped with Changpeng's body. Then, everyone saw Changpeng's figure pouncing towards Mo Qingyun like an ancient demonic tiger. Under Changpeng's attack, the space around his body immediately began to tremble, as if it could not withstand his attack. Changpeng is indeed a genius of our clan. Judging from his divine ability, his bloodline concentration should have reached 70%. That's right. With Changpeng's bloodline talent and the might of this divine ability, it's hard to find a match for him in the same realm. That brat will soon know that he is a frog at the bottom of a well and will regret his arrogant actions. Everyone from the Black Abyss Devil Tiger clan revealed gratified smiles when they saw Changpeng's attack. Clearly, they were very satisfied with Changpeng's performance. Before the Black Abyss Demonic Tiger clan could finish speaking, his expression froze. His eyes were filled with disbelief. At this moment, Changpeng was like a small bug that was caught by a huge blue hand. Kneel! Under everyone's shocked gazes, Mo Qingyun roared angrily and raised his hand to grab at the void in front of him. Then, everyone saw the giant blue palm grab Changpeng and smash him to the ground. Bang! A loud sound was heard, and a huge deep hole appeared on the ground. At the bottom of the deep hole, there was a shabbily dressed young man who was struggling to crawl out of the deep hole. This person was Changpeng, who was caught by the giant blue palm. Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked again and felt that their brains were not enough to process it. Changpeng, who was at the peak of the star accumulation realm, was defeated by a person at the immortal infant stage in one move after using his divine ability. This kind of situation was too out of their expectations. That brat's combat power is so strong. Is he really only at the immortal infant stage? A brat at the immortal infant stage has such terrifying strength. This is the first time I've seen such a thing. Judging from the current situation, that brat's origin is not simple. He might be from a powerful clan. This brat hasn't activated his bloodline power yet. If we can make him activate his bloodline power, we will be able to determine his origin. After witnessing Mo Qingyun's formidable strength, the apprehension of the people from the various clans towards him immediately became even stronger. In their opinion, the strength that Mo Qingyun displayed now was so strong that it was somewhat too abnormal. Logically speaking, Mo Qingyun must be from a powerful clan for him to possess such shocking strength. Therefore, before they were clear about Mo Qingyun's origin, it was better for them not to touch Mo Qingyun. Under everyone's fearful gaze, Mo Qingyun glanced at the crowd contemptuously and said in a deep voice, "Is there anyone else who wants to challenge me? If no one dares to come out, you will all submit to me obediently." Seeing that Mo Qingyun was as arrogant as usual, someone was immediately displeased and shouted angrily, "Brat, no matter how strong your talent is, you are only at the immortal infant stage. Today, I will teach you the principle of keeping a low profile on behalf of your clan's elders." From this person's words, everyone could tell that he was very wary of the power behind Mo Qingyun. Now that he had come out to fight Mo Qingyun, it was most likely not to teach Mo Qingyun a lesson, but to probe Mo Qingyun's origins. "I'm afraid you are not qualified to teach me a lesson on behalf of my clan's elders." Hearing this person's words, Mo Qingyun replied indifferently and said, "It's too slow for you to come one by one. Ask your clansmen to come together." Arrogant. Although this person's strength was not very strong, he was still at the small star realm. Now that he was being looked down upon by Mo Qingyun, he was immediately enraged. In his anger, this person did not say anything more to Mo Qingyun and immediately rushed towards Mo Qingyun. Superpower, Blood Eye, Soul Destroyer. The person's body flashed, and a huge blood-red ball of light immediately gathered in midair. When this blood-red ball of light was formed, it emitted a terrifying power that made people feel very stifled. Then, Everyone saw the blood-red ball of light shoot towards Mo Qingyun in an overbearing manner. Faced with the bombardment of the ball of light, Mo Qingyun did not show the slightest bit of fear. Instead, he casually pointed at the person, upper devouring spirit finger. When Mo Qingyun's finger shot out, a terrifying spiritual power came out his index finger and turned into a huge black vortex finger. When the black vortex finger was formed, it emitted a terrifying devouring power that swallowed the blood-red ball of light. As the upper devouring spirit finger swallowed the blood-red ball of light, the aura it emitted was constantly increasing. How? How could this be? What kind of superpower is this? When he saw that his natal superpower had been easily broken by Mo Qingyun, this person was so shocked that he kept screaming in fear. Bang! This person's face was full of panic. Just as his emotions became abnormally agitated, the upper devouring spirit finger hit him. After being hit by the upper devouring spirit finger, this person was immediately sent flying. He spat out a mouthful of blood, and his face was pale. It was another move. A small star realm expert had been crushed by someone at the immortal infant stage. Chapter 1496. I said, you can't do it alone. After sending that person flying with a finger, Mo Qingyun showed an impatient expression. He looked around at the people from the various tribes and said, in order not to waste time, all of you can come at me together. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he summoned the constellation ghost and prepared to use the gate of fusion to fuse with it. Seeing Mo Qingyun summoned the constellation ghost, the surrounding people were shocked. They all widened their eyes in disbelief. They guessed that Mo Qingyun's background was extraordinary, but they never thought that Mo Qingyun would have a constellation ghost by his side. Constellation ghost. Seeing the ghost appear by Mo Qingyun's side, Lu Xinxiong's old face kept twitching. His expression was filled with shock. At this moment, he finally understood why Lu Yonghu kept asking for Mo Qingyun's help. With a constellation ghost like this helping, it could indeed resolve the crisis of the raging bull and thunder tiger tribe. At the same time, he also understood why Mo Qingyun dared to fight for the key to the incense forest in the hands of the various tribes. With the protection of such a large star, it would not be easy for the various clans to deal with Mo Qingyun even if they wanted to. Before Lu Xinxiong could calm down, his expression became blank. He could not believe what he was seeing. Mo Qingyun and the ghastly being in the constellation were slowly fusing together, becoming one. What kind of remarkable power was this? At this moment, the people from the various tribes were feeling the same as Lu Xinxiong. They were filled with shock and confusion. They had never seen such a remarkable power before. Under the shocked gazes of the crowd, Mo Qingyun's aura became stronger and stronger. Soon, Mo Qingyun's aura reached the level of a constellation ghost. What kind of remarkable power is this? It can actually fuse with other living beings. Fusing with his living being and using the other living being's cultivation for his own use. How can there be such a terrifying, remarkable power? This is going to be troublesome. With the power that this kid just displayed, it will be difficult for us to take back the key. No matter what, the incense forest is a fat piece of meat. We can't give it to this kid so easily. Sensing the change in Mo Qingyun's aura, the people from the various tribes revealed cold expressions. They were unwilling to let Mo Qingyun monopolize the incense forest. While the people from the various tribes were furious, Mo Qingyun raised his hand and pointed at his forehead. He summoned Wu Yu from the Constellation Palace and said, Wu Yu, watch the people around me. Don't let them escape. That's easy. Wu Yu came out of the Soul Palace and replied casually. Then, he started forming hand seals. Wu uses his formed seals as S.A. Constellation Seal T. Following that, the wood spiritual energy transformed into spiritual energy vines that sealed off the surrounding space within 100 miles. Seeing such a scene, the expressions of the people from the various clans changed again, and each of them revealed a terrified expression. There's another powerhouse from the constellation. His bloodline is even stronger than ours. Who is this kid? How can he have so many powerhouses from the constellation guarding him? That powerhouse from the constellation seems to be from the top 100 on the 10,000 Ancient Tribes board, the Witch Doctor tribe. A powerhouse from the top 100 on the 10,000 Ancient Tribes board is a follower of this kid. Who is this kid? After knowing the tribe that Wu Yu came from and the relationship between Wu Yu and Mo Qingyun, the people from the various tribes were terrified. Their faces turned pale. This time, they had met a troublesome opponent, Great Heavenly Demon Finger. While the people from the various tribes were terrified, Mo Qingyun pointed at them and released a terrifying wave of celestial spiritual energy. Then, the crowd saw the black celestial spiritual energy turn into a huge black finger that shot toward them with lightning speed. Seeing the great heavenly demon finger coming toward them, the crowd didn't dare to hesitate and immediately ran away. However, although they ran away quickly, the great heavenly demon finger's attack was even faster. Boom! Before the crowd could escape, the great heavenly demon finger exploded in the middle of them, releasing a terrifying spiritual energy storm. Under the impact of the spiritual energy storm, the crowd was immediately sent flying. Their faces were pale, and they spat out blood. One finger, just one finger, and hundreds of people from the various tribes were severely injured. Even the powerhouses from the constellation were not spared. What kind of power was this? The crowd didn't know in their hearts. They were afraid that even a powerhouse from the half-step Golden Immortal stage could only be this powerful. So strong. How can he be so strong? Even if he borrowed external power, he shouldn't be able to control it. How can this be? An immortal infant stage cultivator's body shouldn't be able to contain this power. Could it be that the strength of this kid's body has reached the level of an immortal artifact? No. Impossible. How can there be such a monster in this world? After being hit by Mo Qingyun's domineering finger, the people from the various tribes were horrified. They were dumbfounded by the situation in front of them. Mo Qingyun's expression was cold as he looked at the terrified people of the various clans. He said in a low voice, "Now, I'll give you all one last chance. Do you choose to submit to me, or do you choose to disappear from this world?" After hearing Mo Qingyun's words again, the people from the various tribes fell silent. They didn't dare to mock Mo Qingyun like before. They had no choice. Now that they had seen Mo Qingyun's power, they knew that Mo Qingyun had the ability to do so. My patience is limited. Now, I'll give you 10 breaths time to consider. Seeing that the people from the various tribes were silent, Mo Qingyun urged them and started the countdown. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. When the 10 breaths time was up, Mo Qingyun looked at the people from the various tribes and said coldly, "Say it. Do you choose to submit to me, or do you choose to die?" After hearing Mo Qingyun's words, a middle-aged man from the Black Abyss demonic tiger tribe looked at the crowd with a gloomy expression and said, "Everyone, although this kid's methods are strange, I don't believe that he can use such a powerful superpower continuously. If we join forces against him, we might be able to capture and kill him. You're courting death." Seeing the middle-aged man's actions, Mo Qingyun's face darkened and a cold light flashed in his eyes. He was just thinking about how to make an example out of this guy. This guy had jumped out of his own accord, which was exactly what he wanted. Then, the crowd saw a purple light shoot out from Mo Qingyun's right eye. The purple light shot out from Mo Qingyun's right eye and turned into a sword light that smashed into the man's head. Poochie. Following that, everyone saw that person's head was blasted apart by a ray of saber light from his eyes. Not only that, when the man's head exploded, even his soul didn't have time to escape. Seeing this scene, the crowd's faces trembled and they all gasped. An early-stage constellation martialist had actually been overbearingly obliterated by Mo Qingyun's gaze. Chapter 1497. I'll submit. Please don't kill me. I'll submit too. As long as you don't kill me, I'll do anything. Even an expert of the constellation realm was killed by Mo Qingyun with a single glance. Naturally, the people of the various tribes did not dare to resist. Seeing everyone's reaction, Mo Qingyun revealed a satisfied smile and planted a soul imprint in their sea of consciousness. Not long after, all the people of the various tribes were implanted with a soul imprint and became Mo Qingyun slaves. After subduing the people of the various tribes, Mo Qingyun flew towards Lu Shenxiong and the rest. He asked them about the location of the burning incense forest. Seeing Mo Qingyun fly towards Lu Shenxiong and the rest, the people of the various tribes did not hesitate and immediately followed behind Mo Qingyun. Not long after, Mo Qingyun arrived in front of Lu Shenxiong and the rest. He asked Lu Shenxiong, "Tribe leader Lu, now that all 20 keys to the burning incense forest are in my hands, can you tell me the location of the burning incense forest?" At this moment, the people of the various tribes followed and instantly surrounded Mo Qingyun and the rest. Seeing such a scene, Lu Shenxiong was so frightened that his body trembled. He said in a panic, "Mo, little friend Mo, no matter what, you are Yanghu's friend. You don't have to harm us like this, right?" From Lu Shenxiong's point of view, Mo Qingyun was clearly harming the barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe by bringing the people of the various tribes here. "Harming you?" Mo Qingyun revealed a puzzled expression. He did not understand what Lu Shenxiong meant. He asked, "Tribe leader Lu, why do you say that? Why don't I understand?" Hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Lu Shenxiong revealed a bitter smile. He thought that Mo Qingyun was purposely pretending to be confused. He said, "Little friend Mo, you stole the keys of the various tribes and are now being chased by them. Yet you brought them to us. Aren't you harming us?" "Ha, so that's what you were talking about." Understanding Lu Shenxiong's meaning, Mo Qingyun could not help but laugh out loud. "Clan leader Lu, you've misunderstood. Right now, the people of the various clans are all my servants. They aren't hunting me down like you said." "Servant?" Lu Shenxiong and the others were dumbfounded. They felt like they couldn't think properly. How was it that, in the blink of an eye, the powerful existences of the various races had become Mo Qingyun slaves? Was there anything more ridiculous than this? "Master is right. We are all his servants now." As Lu Shenxiong revealed a look of shock, the people of the various races revealed expressions of reverence and explained their relationship with Mo Qingyun. The various races had truly submitted. Hearing the explanations of the various clans, Lu Shenxiong and the others were stunned. They no longer doubted Mo Qingyun's words. Then, the way they looked at Mo Qingyun changed greatly. "Clan leader Lu, can you tell me where the burning incense forest is now?" In order to resolve the doubts in Lu Shenxiong's heart, Mo Qingyun wasted no time and asked him again. "Yes, yes." Hearing Mo Qingyun's question again, Lu Shenxiong revealed a look of panic and hurriedly nodded at Mo Qingyun. However, although Lu Shenxiong responded in this way, he still did not say it out loud. Originally, the burning incense forest belonged to the barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe. In the blink of an eye, it was going to become Mo Qingyun's. This huge psychological difference made Lu Shenxiong very uncomfortable. He did not want to tell Mo Qingyun, "Master is asking you a question. Why aren't you answering?" Seeing Lu Shenxiong dawdling for a long time and not answering Mo Qingyun's question, a Black Abyss demonic tiger tribe member in the constellation position immediately shouted angrily at Lu Shenxiong. Hearing this Black Abyss demonic tiger tribe member's scolding, Lu Shenxiong did not dare to hesitate in the slightest. He revealed a terrified expression and hurriedly said, "Little friend Mo, please follow me. I'll bring you to the burning incense forest now." Being frightened by this Black Abyss demonic tiger tribe member, Lu Shenxiong immediately understood the difference in status between him and Mo Qingyun. The current Mo Qingyun was no longer the Mo Qingyun who came to the barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe with Lu Yanghu previously. Moreover, if not for Mo Qingyun's intervention, not only would they not be able to keep the burning incense forest, but even the barbarian Bull and Thunder Tiger tribe would not be able to keep it. Now that Mo Qingyun had intervened, At least they did not have to worry about the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe being destroyed. After thinking about it this way, the jealousy and dissatisfaction in Lu Xinxiang's heart was immediately relieved. To the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe, this outcome was already considered a blessing in disguise. They should be satisfied with this. Thank you for your trouble, clan leader Lu. Seeing that Lu Xinxiang was willing to lead the way, Mo Qingyun replied courteously. Then he said, Clan leader Lu, you might be a little unhappy that I monopolized your burning incense forest, but you should know that this is not something you can possess. You should understand the principle of treasuring a jade ring becomes crime. Hearing Mo Qingyun say this, Lu Xinxiang's body shook as he finally recognized the reality. Mo Qingyun was right. Given the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe's strength, obtaining a treasure like the burning incense forest was not a good thing. An ordinary man was innocent, but treasuring a jade ring was a crime. How many people had suffered a calamity because they had obtained something they should not have? Thank you for your enlightenment, little friend Mo. This old man understands. Realizing the crux of the matter, Lu Xinxiang could not help but break out in cold sweat as a lingering fear arose. The burning incense forest was simply a hot potato to the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe. As long as the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe did not get rid of it, the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe would not be able to have a day of peace. Even if Mo Qingyun returned the key to them, they would not be able to enjoy the incense power they obtained from the forest in peace. Such a thing was not something they should possess. Seeing that Lu Xinxiang understood his meaning, Mo Qingyun pondered for a moment before saying, Clan leader Lu, I took your burning incense forest as compensation. After which, I will order Tong Yuan and the rest to guard the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe. They will guard the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe? Lu Xinxiang looked at the people from the various tribes and instantly felt dizzy. He did not dare to believe what he had just heard. Right now, what the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe lacked the most was a strong tribe as a backer to prevent them from being bullied by other tribes. Mo Qingyun wanted the various tribes to guard the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe. To the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe, this was simply a great thing. Many thanks, little friend Mo. Lu Xinxiang was very clear in his heart that compared to the incense power in the burning incense forest, the various tribes' protection was more practical. They obtained the incense power. Wasn't it increasing the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe's strength? However, incense power could only create minor star position experts. To create major star position and constellation experts, it was still far from enough. Now, because of one sentence from Mo Qingyun, the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe had constellation experts to protect. This was simply a meat pie falling from the sky. Chapter 1498. Thank you for your guidance, little friend Mo. I know what to do now. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Lu Xinxiang's expression immediately turned serious, and he put away the relaxed feeling in his heart. Mo Qingyun was right. Relying on external forces was a small path. Only by becoming strong oneself was the way to go. Next, Mo Qingyun and Lu Xinxiang chatted as they walked. Unknowingly, they arrived at the incense forest. The incense forest was very vast. At a glance, it was impossible to see the end of it. This incense forest seems to be an independent continent. Looking at the incense forest in front of him, Mo Qingyun revealed a shocked expression. He was surprised that the incense forest was not ordinary. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun revealed a shocked expression and observed the incense forest more carefully. Mr. Mo, this is the incense forest. The entrance is over there. While Mo Qingyun was looking at the incense forest, Lu Xinxiang explained to him and led him to the entrance. Not long after, Mo Qingyun arrived at the entrance of the incense forest under Lu Xinxiang's lead. At the entrance of the incense forest, there was a 20-pointed formation that flashed with a dazzling light. 20-star, celestial, astral, immortal lock formation. Seeing the formation in front of him, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He immediately recognized the origin of this formation. Mo Qingyun had some simple understanding of the 20-star celestial immortal lock formation from the legacy of formations. Of course, it was just some simple understanding. It was impossible for Mo Qingyun to break the formation. After knowing the location of the incense forest, Mo Qingyun did not want to waste any time. He prepared to enter the incense forest immediately. Next, I will enter the incense forest and collect the incense power inside. After explaining his plan, Mo Qingyun looked at the people of the various tribes and ordered, "When I enter the incense forest, you must protect the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe with all your heart. If you don't do your best, don't blame me for being ruthless. We will definitely do our best to protect the barbarian ox thunder tiger tribe." Hearing Mo Qingyun's order, the people of the various clans didn't dare to hesitate and immediately promised Mo Qingyun. Lu Shenxiong's face lit up with joy when he saw the assurances from the various clans. He became excited, although he knew that in order to strengthen the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe, he had to strengthen his own tribe. But for now, with the protection of the various clans, they would have the opportunity and time to grow. After Mo Qingyun gave his instructions to everyone, he didn't waste any more time and immediately took out 20 keys. The 20 keys were taken out by Mo Qingyun. They emitted rays of light and flew into the 20 stars Heavenly Dipper Immortal Sealing Formation. As the 20 keys flew into the formation, the 20-star Celestial Astral Immortal Sealing Formation shone brightly and emitted a terrifying aura. Following this, a shocking suction force burst out from the 20-star Celestial Force Immortal Sealing Formation and sucked Mo Qingyun into the incense forest. Seeing Mo Qingyun enter the incense forest, Lu Shenxiong and the other clans returned to the barbarian ox Thunder Tiger City. When Mo Qingyun entered the Joss Flame Forest, he sensed that the air was suffused with a strange energy. This energy was none other than the power of incense. Such rich incense. Sensing the rich incense, Mo Qingyun's face lit up. The amount of incense in the incense forest was much more than he had expected. Fortune Mainland appear. After calming down the shock in his heart, Mo Qingyun summoned the Fortune Mainland to absorb the incense in the incense forest. What surprised Mo Qingyun was that when the Fortune Mainland was absorbing the incense, it was blocked by a mysterious force. What's going on? Could it be that the incense has an owner? Seeing this situation, Mo Qingyun's brows furrowed. He was very surprised by this situation. After pondering for a moment, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and began searching for the reason behind this situation. Collect. While Mo Qingyun was surprised, he was still controlling the Fortune Mainland to absorb the incense in the incense forest. As Mo Qingyun continued to collect the incense, the previous obstructing force appeared once again. When this obstructing force appeared, Mo Qingyun released his soul force to sense the source of the obstructing force. That direction. After sensing for a while, Mo Qingyun found the source of the obstructing force and rushed in that direction. As Mo Qingyun continued to move forward, the force obstructing him became stronger and stronger. At the same time, the incense in the air became denser. It seems like I'm heading in the right direction. Seeing this situation, Mo Qingyun's expression turned solemn, confirming his guess. Immediately after, Mo Qingyun quickened his pace by a few notches. Roughly 2 days later, Mo Qingyun rushed at full speed and arrived in front of an altar, where he saw several giant statues. The power that hindered the collection of incense came from these statues. Looking at these statues in front of him, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. Suspicion rose in his heart. These statues were actually obstructing him from collecting incense. This was too strange. Swoosh! While Mo Qingyun was puzzled, a sharp golden light shot out from one of the statue's eyes. Sensing the appearance of this golden light, Mo Qingyun was startled and immediately dodged to the side. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Just as the golden light flashed across Mo Qingyun's eyes, streaks of lightning appeared, shooting out from the other statue's palms. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun did not dare to hesitate, dodging these streaks of lightning bolts. These statues are strange. Mo Qingyun quickly dodged the lightning bolts. The shock in his heart intensified, and he became even more fearful of these statues. He could sense that these statues' attacks were comparable to a Greater Star Realm Master's full-force attack. In this way, the strength of these statues was definitely not as simple as it seemed on the surface. Mo Qingyun had a feeling that the strength of the true body behind these statues might have reached a terrifying level. Humph! No matter who you are, it's impossible to make me back down. Being attacked by the statues consecutively, Mo Qingyun's heart was filled with anger and a strong sense of displeasure. It wasn't in Mo Qingyun's character to not react at all after being attacked by others. Traceless Demon Shadow. Rushing Thunderwind Path. Mo Qingyun pushed his speed to the extreme, dodging the attacks of these statues and approaching them bit by bit. Then, Mo Qingyun dodged left and right, arriving in front of a goat horn statue. Explode. Arriving in front of the goat horn statue, Mo Qingyun did not hesitate and stabbed his halberd at it. Boom, boom, boom. Facing Mo Qingyun's halberd, the goat horn statue immediately began to move, dodging Mo Qingyun's halberd. Chapter 1499. Bang! Under Mo Qingyun's halberd attack, one of the goat horn statue's horns was immediately shattered, producing an astonishing recoil force. Under the impact of this recoil force, Mo Qingyun was forced to retreat again and again, a shocked expression appearing on his face. He thought to himself, "This goat horn statue is so powerful. Just a trace of its recoil force is comparable to a major Star Realm powerhouse's all-out attack." Were the origins of these statues? Before Mo Qingyun could recover from his shock, a statue with a bull horn charged at him. When the bull horn statue charged at Mo Qingyun, its nostrils spewed out a terrifying flame. Wherever the flame passed, the surrounding space was immediately melted, creating a hole with a diameter of several meters. In this spatial fissure, one could see a stream of spatial turbulence, emitting a destructive force. What a terrifying flame power! Mo Qingyun's expression changed when he saw the attack of the bullhorn statue. He quickly retreated and thought to himself, "The flames from the bullhorn statue contain a powerful force of the fire Tao. The origins of this bullhorn statue are probably even more frightening." Boom! While Mo Qingyun was shocked by the bullhorn statue's strength, a statue wielding a long spear flashed and stabbed at him. When this spear-wielding statue stabbed at Mo Qingyun, several afterimages appear behind it. Facing the repeated attacks of these statues, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to hold back and immediately summoned the ghost. Fusion Gate. When Mo Qingyun summoned the ghost, he used the fusion gate and fused with the ghost to increase his strength. After fusing with the ghost, Mo Qingyun's aura immediately rose to the level of a constellation. This aura seems to be... Could it be that thing? Did this kid really get that thing? Whether it is or not, we can't let this kid escape. When Mo Qingyun used the fusion gate, the statues paused and silently communicated with each other. Immediately after, the power of these statues' attacks on Mo Qingyun became much fiercer. Since you want to kill me, then bear my wrath. Facing the repeated attacks of these statues, Mo Qingyun let out an angry roar and swung his scarlet meteorite battle halberd at them. Mo Qingyun's current cultivation had already reached the constellation realm, and the power of his attacks had also been multiplied. Mo Qingyun's first target was the statue with the goat horns on its head. Compared to the other statues, this goat horn statue was slightly weaker. Boom! Facing Mo Qingyun's brutal attack, the goat horn statue was unable to dodge in time and was once again struck by Mo Qingyun's halberd. Under the attack of Mo Qingyun's halberd, half of the goat horn statue's body was reduced to dust. Slash! After shattering half of the goat horn statue's body, Mo Qingyun's attack power didn't decrease at all. He turned the scarlet meteorite battle halberd in his hand forward. Under the rotation of the immortal burning battle halberd, spiderweb-like cracks immediately appeared on the remaining parts of the goat horn statue. Bang, bang, bang. Under Mo Qingyun's violent attacks, the remaining parts of the goat horn statue were quickly torn to pieces. When the goat horn statue was torn to pieces, a golden figure with goat horns flew out from the statue. When the golden figure flew out from the statue, he revealed a ferocious expression as he glared at Mo Qingyun and roared, "Kid, you dare to destroy my golden body. I won't let you off." As soon as the golden figure finished speaking, he fled into the distance, not daring to stay any longer. "Oomph, I won't let you off either." Seeing that the golden figure was preparing to escape, Mo Qingyun coldly replied and chased after him. Following which, Mo Qingyun dodged a few times and caught up to the golden figure. When Mo Qingyun caught up to the golden figure, he no longer hesitated and stabbed his halberd at him. Pucci. Facing Mo Qingyun's swift and fierce halberd, the golden figure had no time to dodge and was pierced by Mo Qingyun's halberd. After being hit by Mo Qingyun's attack, the golden figure gradually dissipated and returned to the pure power of incense. "No, my spirit of worship." After being hit by Mo Qingyun's halberd, the golden figure let out a roar, his expression filled with unwillingness. He had cultivated for tens of thousands of years to condense a spirit of worship, but now it had been destroyed by Mo Qingyun. This was a great loss to him. Seeing the goat horn statue killed, the other statues visibly trembled and were unwilling to attack Mo Qingyun rashly. They could see that if they attacked again, they would very likely end up like the goat horn statue. Now, their original bodies were serving in the immortal prison and needed to be rescued by the spirit of worship. Therefore, unless it was absolutely necessary, they would not risk the spirit of worship. If the spirit of worship was destroyed, all their efforts would be wasted. This wasn't something they wanted to see. It's not worth risking the destruction of the spirit of worship just for some incense. This kid is too strange. With the strength of our spirit of worship, we can't kill him here. I've already left the brand of worship on this kid's body. He can't escape my senses. That's right. Once our original bodies escape, it won't be too late to slowly deal with this kid. Thinking of this, the remaining statues no longer hesitated and immediately fled towards the incense forest. Seeing the fleeing statues, Mo Qingyun didn't let them leave. He immediately chased after one of them. However, these statues were much more familiar with the incense forest than Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun didn't chase for long before losing sight of the statues. He had to give up. Since I've lost them, I'll just collect incense. Mo Qingyun didn't take it too hard. Seeing that he couldn't chase after the statues, he started collecting incense. Soon, the portion of incense that belonged to the goat horn statue was absorbed into the fortune mainland by Mo Qingyun. As for the other statues' incense, Mo Qingyun still couldn't collect them. He was still blocked by a mysterious force. After this discovery, Mo Qingyun frowned as he came to a realization. He muttered to himself, "It seems that if I want to collect the incense here, I have to kill those strange statues. Humph! Unless you give up on the incense, I can still find you." Thinking of the method he used to find the statues, Mo Qingyun planned to use the same trick again. Through sensing the incense, he could find the statue's hiding place. In the southwest direction, after sensing for a while, Mo Qingyun found the statue's location and immediately flew in that direction. About 2 hours later, Mo Qingyun flew at top speed and found the bullhorn statue. How did you find me?" Seeing that Mo Qingyun had found him, the goat horn statue trembled and uttered a terrified sentence. He believed that he had hidden himself well enough. Mo Qingyun shouldn't have been able to find him. Chapter 1500. You'll know when you're dead. Mo Qingyun replied coldly to the bullhorn statue's question. He waved the scarlet meteorite battle halberd and slashed at the statue. Golden snake flashing halberd. Mo Qingyun stabbed out with the halberd, and his figure disappeared from the bullhorn statue's perception. Seeing Mo Qingyun suddenly disappear, the bullhorn statue panicked and exclaimed, "Kid, don't hide. Come out and fight me head-on." The bullhorn statue roared angrily. It opened its mouth and spat out terrifying flames. Under the burning of the flames, the surrounding space collapsed one after another. Spatial cracks appeared, and spatial turbulence spread out. However, no matter how the bullhorn statue attacked, it was unable to force Mo Qingyun out. Just as the bullhorn statue was going berserk, an imposing halberd blade slammed into its body. Boom! The scarlet meteorite battle halberd struck the bullhorn statue. A powerful spiritual energy exploded from the halberd and shattered the bullhorn statue. In a short while, spiderweb-like cracks appeared on the bullhorn statue's body. Explode. After striking the bullhorn statue with the halberd, Mo Qingyun did not stop. He stabbed the scarlet meteorite battle halberd again and exploded with an even more powerful force. Bang! After being hit by the immortal, immolating battle halberd again, the bullhorn statue directly exploded and turned into a cloud of dust that scattered in the air. When the bullhorn statue was shattered, a golden bull shadow flew out from the statue. Little brother, let's talk things over." The golden bull shadow flew out and smiled at Mo Qingyun. It begged Mo Qingyun for mercy. "I know you're here for incense. As long as you promise not to kill me, you can take as many incense as you want. How about that?" "I can take as many incense as I want. I'm afraid you don't have that ability." After killing the goat horn statue, Mo Qingyun already knew that there were many incense sticks in the incense forest. In order to obtain the corresponding incense sticks, one had to kill the corresponding statue to collect the incense sticks without any hindrance. Therefore, even if the bullhorn statue wanted to offer incense to Mo Qingyun, it could only offer him a portion. This was not enough to satisfy Mo Qingyun. "If I kill you, I can still take as many incense sticks as I want." Mo Qingyun rejected the bullhorn statue's suggestion without hesitation. He didn't plan on letting the bullhorn statue go. From Mo Qingyun's point of view, the main body behind these statues must be a powerful existence. It was hard to say whether or not it had some other tricks up its sleeve. Therefore, it was too dangerous to keep these statues. It was safer to kill them. Just as Mo Qingyun had thought, the original owner of these statues did want to use these statues to leave a mark on him. In the future, once they escaped from the immortal prison, he would be able to easily locate Mo Qingyun through the connection between the statue and Mo Qingyun. If Mo Qingyun destroyed the statue, it would be difficult for them to find Mo Qingyun even if their original bodies escaped from prison. Sky Soul Sealing Fist. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he threw a punch at the golden bull shadow without hesitation. Then, a huge black fist shadow came down from the sky above the golden bull shadow. Boom! When the black fist shadow hit the golden bull shadow, it made a huge sound and exploded with a shocking sealing power. Soon after, the golden ox lost its ability to move due to the confinement of the seal. Sky Soul Sealing Fist. You are from the Heavenly Soul Demon Clan? Seeing Mo Qingyun's punch, the golden bull shadow was shocked. It immediately knew where Mo Qingyun came from. From the golden bull shadow's reaction, it seemed that he was quite afraid of the Heavenly Soul Demon Clan. Mo Qingyun didn't answer the bullhorn statue's question. He waved the scarlet meteorite battle halberd at it without hesitation. Since the golden ox shadow had lost its ability to move, it had no way of dodging Mo Qingyun's halberd. Poochie! Then, under the attack of the scarlet meteorite battle halberd, the golden bull shadow was directly dispersed. After the golden bull shadow was dispersed by Mo Qingyun, it turned into pure Joss flame and returned to the Joss flame forest. As the golden bull shadow was dispersed, Mo Qingyun could collect the Joss flame that corresponded to the bullhorn statue without any obstruction. Seeing this, Mo Qingyun didn't waste any more time and began to collect the Joss flame. In the following time, Mo Qingyun continuously killed the statues and collected the Joss flame in the Joss flame forest. Around 5 days later, all the strange statues in the Joss Flame Forest have been slaughtered by Mo Qingyun. As the strange statues were all slaughtered, the Joss Flame in the Joss Flame Forest was all collected by Mo Qingyun. Since I've collected all the Joss Flame, it's time to leave the Joss Flame Forest. Looking at the Joss Flame Forest that had become an ordinary forest, Mo Qingyun didn't want to stay any longer. He hurried towards the exit of the Joss Flame Forest. In the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City, when the various tribes saw that the people they sent out failed to snatch the key to the Joss Flame Forest, they sent out another group of people. Currently, the sky above the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City was enveloped in a terrifying aura that made the hearts of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe tremble. However, compared to the ordinary Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe members, Lu Xinxiong and the others were much calmer. Now that they had the protection of Tong Yuan and the others, even if the various tribes sent more people, they didn't need to be afraid. Come, let's go meet them. Looking at the people sent by the various tribes, Lu Xinxiong revealed an indifferent expression and instructed Tong Yuan and the others beside him. Hearing Lu Xinxiong's instructions, although Tong Yuan and the others were displeased, due to Mo Qingyun's existence, they still obeyed Lu Xinxiong. Before long, Lu Xinxiong and the others arrived in the air and faced off with the people of the various tribes. Seeing Tong Yuan and the others helplessly standing behind, Lu Xinxiong respectfully, one of the people from the various tribes, asked in confusion, "Tong Yuan, what's wrong?" "We received the master's orders to protect the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe wholeheartedly." Hearing that person's question, Tong Yuan revealed a bitter expression and simply explained to the person before saying, "Tong Shan, the master's strength is great. Take advantage of the fact that the master hasn't returned yet. Quickly go to the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger City." Tong Yuan's current persuasion was clearly for the good of the various tribes. He didn't want anyone to be controlled by Mo Qingyun again. Unfortunately, when Tong Shan heard his words, not only did he not accept his good intentions, he even mocked him. "Tong Yuan, we're not trash like you. To actually submit to the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe, you're simply embarrassing us." After insulting Tong Yuan for a while, Tong Shan didn't stop talking and said, "Tong Yuan, I'll give you a chance to admit your mistake. Immediately take down the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger tribe members and force them to hand over the key to the Joss Flame Forest." Tong Shan, listen to me. The master's strength is really great. Seeing that Tong Shan didn't believe him, Tong Yuan immediately became anxious and tried to persuade Tong Shan again. Chapter 1501. Whoosh! A ray of light streaked across the sky and flew towards the Barbarian Bull Lightning Tiger City. After a while, the ray of light stopped above the city and turned into the figure of a young man. Seeing the young man standing above the city, Lu Xinxiong and the others were pleasantly surprised and quickly flew towards the young man. "Master, Brother Mo, little friend Mo." Lu Xinxiong and the others came to the young man and greeted him excitedly. That's right, the figure above the Barbarian Bull Lightning Tiger City was Mo Qingyun. "What's going on? Who are they?" Glancing at Tong Shan and the others, Mo Qingyun asked Lu Xinxiong and the others with a puzzled expression. Hearing Mo Qingyun's question, Tong Yuan's expression changed. He pointed at Tong Shan and the others and introduced them. "Master, these people are from the Black Abyss Devil Tiger tribe. The others are from other tribes." Oh, so that's how it is. After learning about Tong Shan and the others' origins from Tong Yuan, Mo Qingyun knew why they were here. If he wasn't wrong, Tong Shan and the others should be here for the key to the incense forest. "Kid, you're the master Tong Yuan mentioned?" While Mo Qingyun and the others were talking, Tong Shan showed an arrogant expression. He glanced at Mo Qingyun with disdain and said, "I thought you were strong, but you're only in the immortal infant stage." It seems like Tong Yuan is becoming more and more useless. He actually recognized an immortal infant stage kid as his master. "Tong Shan, watch your words. Master strength is not something you can imagine." Seeing Tong Shan's disrespect towards Mo Qingyun, Tong Yuan immediately shouted at him and made a posture that he was about to fight Tong Shan. Tong Yuan's angry actions didn't make Tong Shan restrain himself. Instead, it aroused Tong Shan's arrogance and made him disrespect Mo Qingyun even more. Tong Shan said proudly, "Kid, I don't know what method you used to make Tong Yuan willingly submit to you, but if you want to use the same method to deal with me, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed." "I don't think so." Mo Qingyun shook his head and refuted Tong Shan's point of view. He smiled faintly and said, "In my opinion, when anyone faces death, they will instinctively want to live. Tong Yuan and the others are like that, and you'll also be like that." Mo Qingyun replied to Tong Shan. He turned to look at Lu Xinxiong and said, "Patriarch Lu, your luck is not bad. Very soon, the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe will have a new protector." "A new guard?" Lu Xinxiong and the others were stunned, not understanding what Mo Qingyun meant. However, after being stunned for a moment, Lu Xinxiong revealed a pleasantly surprised smile, and his expression became excited. Mo Qingyun was hinting to him that when Mo Qingyun captured Tong Shan and the others, he would make them the guards of the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe. If Tong Shan and the others became the guards of the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe, the strength of the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe would be second only to a tribe with a golden celestial stage powerhouse. "Come out," Mo Qingyun hinted to Lu Xinxiong, and he no longer hesitated, immediately summoning the Constellation Realm Ghost. Gate of Fusion. After Mo Qingyun summoned the Constellation Realm Ghost, Lu Xinxiong used the Gate of Fusion to fuse with the Constellation Realm Ghost to increase his combat strength. Following that, Mo Qingyun's aura began to rise rapidly. In a short while, Mo Qingyun's aura rose from the immortal infant stage to the Constellation Realm Ghost. Constellation Realm? Sensing the change in Mo Qingyun's aura, Tong Shan's expression was shocked. He did not expect Mo Qingyun to have such a method. He said in surprise, "This kid actually mastered such a heaven-defying divine ability. No wonder he could subdue Tong Yuan and the others." At this moment, Tong Shan finally understood why Tong Yuan and the others would submit to Mo Qingyun with their Constellation Realm cultivation. After knowing that Mo Qingyun was not simple, Tong Shan immediately put away the contempt he had for Mo Qingyun. Demonic Traceless Shadow. Lightning Wind Path. After raising his cultivation, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and charged towards Tong Shan. Mo Qingyun arrived in front of Tong Shan in a few flashes and slashed his scarlet meteorite battle halberd at Tong Shan. Roar! Mo Qingyun struck out with his halberd. Flames burst out from the scarlet meteorite battle halberd and condensed into a fire dragon halberd light. Once the fire dragon halberd light was formed, it emitted a terrifying aura and instantly engulfed Tong Shan. Oomph! Child's play. Looking at the approaching fire dragon halberd light, Tong Shan revealed a disdainful smile and felt contempt for Mo Qingyun. He originally thought that since Mo Qingyun was able to subdue Tong Yuan and the others, he should have a very strong combat strength. He did not expect Mo Qingyun's attack to be so weak. It was no different from an ordinary Constellation Realm expert. This level of attack was not enough to threaten him. Divine ability, Sky-Ripping Tiger Claw. Tong Shan shouted angrily. The bloodline in his body was stimulated and mixed with the spiritual energy in his body. A black spiritual energy shot out from Tong Shan's fist and condensed into a black tiger above him. Roar! The black tiger roared and waved its claws in a frenzy, trying to tear the fire dragon halberd light apart. Poochie! Faced with the black tiger's crazy tearing, the fire dragon halberd light was immediately torn apart and turned into pure fire spiritual energy, dissipating into the air. Tong Shan's disdain for Mo Qingyun became even more intense after he succeeded in one strike. Kid, if this is all you have, then you and the barbarian bull lightning tiger tribe will disappear today. Tong Shan shouted coldly. His body flashed, and he took the initiative to charge towards Mo Qingyun. Seeing Tong Shan take the initiative to charge towards him, Mo Qingyun's lips curled up, and he replied, That was just a warm-up. It's too early for you to be proud. Sealed door. As soon as Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he used the sealed door and pointed at Tongshan. A mini version of the light door flew out from Mo Qingyun's index finger and blasted into Tongshan's body in an instant. After being hit by the sealed door, Tongshan's bloodline and soul were immediately suppressed by a domineering force. With his bloodline power suppressed, Tongshan's blood and qi flow immediately became disrupted, causing his bloodline to flow in reverse. Puff! The reversal of his bloodline caused Tongshan's blood flow to become turbulent, and he spat out blood. At the same time, the aura that Tongshan emitted started to weaken rapidly. Not long after, Tongshan's cultivation fell from the middle constellation realm to the peak constellation realm. My cultivation. Realizing that his cultivation was weakening, Tongshan was shocked. He looked at Mo Qingyun with fear in his eyes. Mo Qingyun's methods were too strange. It was a divine ability that could increase one's cultivation and suppress it at the same time. Is this still a child's play? After sealing Tongshan's cultivation, Mo Qingyun revealed a playful smile and asked Tongshan. Then, Mo Qingyun charged towards Tongshan again. He didn't want to waste too much time with him. Chapter 1502. Hearing Tongshan's cry for help, the constellation experts of the various tribes immediately rushed towards him. Seeing their actions, Mo Qingyun curled his lips and said with a disdainful smile, "If that's the case, let's end the battle quickly." Mad demon change. Mo Qingyun roared angrily as a terrifying demonic aura erupted from his body. His body began to grow rapidly. In the blink of an eye, Mo Qingyun's body grew several times larger. He looked like a mad demon god of war. Then, Mo Qingyun's aura rose again until it reached the late stage of the constellation realm. At the same time, a terrifying battle intent erupted from Mo Qingyun's body. What a terrifying demonic aura. How many powerful abilities does this kid have? How can a kid in the immortal infant stage gather such a strong battle intent? Under the suppression of his battle intent, I can't even muster up the will to resist. Seeing Mo Qingyun's performance, Tongshan and the others were immediately shocked, revealing a strong sense of fear. Bloodline suppression. While Tongshan and the others were terrified, a terrifying blood-red wave suddenly erupted from Mo Qingyun's body. When this wave of bloodline aura erupted, Tongshan and the others' blood circulation was greatly suppressed. This was the natural suppression of a powerful bloodline against a weak bloodline. Sensing Mo Qingyun's bloodline suppression, Tongshan and the others trembled again. They were even more afraid of Mo Qingyun now. What a terrifying bloodline suppression. This kid's bloodline is too terrifying. The bloodline suppression of the top 100 tribes in the Wildlands player ranking probably isn't as strong as this. Could this kid's background be from one of the top 100 tribes in the Wildlands player ranking? As they speculated about Mo Qingyun's background, Tongshan and the others' fear of Mo Qingyun continued to increase. Now, that Mo Qingyun was really from one of the top 100 tribes in the Wildlands player ranking. They definitely couldn't afford to offend him. In that kind of terrifying and powerful race, any powerhouse sent out could sweep across the entire Heavenly Support Mountain range. Great Heavenly Devil Finger. While Tongshan and the others were still trembling in fear, Mo Qingyun pointed his finger at them and unleashed a destructive, immortal spiritual energy. This immortal spiritual energy shot out from Mo Qingyun's finger and transformed into a giant thumb, charging towards Tongshan and the others. Clang, clang, clang. In the process of the great heavenly demon finger's attack, the surrounding space instantly disintegrated, giving off the sound of glass shattering. Tongshan's eyes widened when he saw the terrifying might of the great heavenly demon finger. He even forgot to block it. Bang, bang, bang. In the next second, Tongshan and the others were engulfed by the great heavenly devil finger and were sent flying. Puff! After being hit by the great heavenly demon finger, Tong Shan and the others spat out blood, and their auras became weak. At this moment, the only reason Tong Shan and the others were still alive was because Mo Qingyun had held back. Otherwise, Tong Shan and the others would have been instantly killed by Mo Qingyun's finger. However, although Tong Shan and the others were not killed, they had lost the ability to continue fighting. Seeing how Mo Qingyun's finger made Tong Shan and the others, who were at the Constellation Realm, lose the ability to fight, the others were all dumbfounded. The remaining people of the various clans were dumbfounded. They were completely convinced of Mo Qingyun's strength. Now, I'll give you a choice. Either you submit to me or you die. Looking at Tong Shan and the others who had lost the ability to fight, Mo Qingyun gave them a choice and said, "My patience is limited. You have 3 breaths of time to give me an answer." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Tong Shan and the others were stunned. They quickly weighed the pros and cons in their minds. At this moment, they finally understood why Tong Yuan and the others would submit to Mo Qingyun with their powerful strength. Although the young man in front of them was only at the immortal infant stage, his combat strength was too terrifying. If they had not seen it with their own eyes, they would not have believed it even if they were beaten to death. A person at the immortal infant stage could explode with the combat strength of a half-step to the golden celestial stage. 3 breaths of time passed in the blink of an eye. I submit to you. I submit to you too. After weighing the pros and cons, Tong Shan and the others gave their answers and expressed their willingness to submit to Mo Qingyun. Of course, there were a few stubborn people who decided to fight Mo Qingyun to the end. The result was obvious. They were all killed by Mo Qingyun. Open up your sea of consciousness. I want to plant a soul imprint in it. Seeing that Tong Shan and the others were willing to submit to him, Mo Qingyun did not waste time talking nonsense with them and immediately ordered them. Hearing Mo Qingyun's order, Tong Shan and the others did not dare to hesitate. They immediately opened up their sea of consciousness and allowed Mo Qingyun to plant a soul imprint. Greetings, Master. After a while, Tong Shan and the others were all planted with soul imprints. They knelt down respectfully before Mo Qingyun. No need to be so courteous. Rise. Seeing Tong Shan and the others' actions, Mo Qingyun waved his hand at them and said in a low voice, "From now on, you will protect the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger tribe. If you dare to think that you can do whatever you want when I'm not in the tribe, you should know the consequences." "We don't dare." Tong Shan and the others were terrified and immediately expressed their attitude to Mo Qingyun. Seeing Tong Shan and the others' reaction, Mo Qingyun waved his hand at them and said, "All right, your injuries are not light. Follow me back to the city to recover." After Mo Qingyun finished speaking, he led Tong Shan and the others and flew back to the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger City. After a while, Mo Qingyun arrived at the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger City Lord's mansion and summoned Tong Yuan and the others to the meeting hall. "Tong Yuan, give me a rough description of the strength of each tribe." Seeing Tong Yuan and the others in the hall, Mo Qingyun asked them about the specific strength of the people from the various clans. Only by knowing the strength of each tribe could Mo Qingyun decide what to do next. Yes, there are a total of 3 constellation experts in the Black Abyss Thunder Tiger tribe. Under Mo Qingyun's questioning, Tong Yuan and the others reported the situation of each tribe to Mo Qingyun in detail. After reporting the situation of each tribe, Tong Yuan asked Mo Qingyun with an inquiring expression, "Master, do you want us to take action now and completely subdue the other tribes?" "No need." Mo Qingyun shook his head in response to Tong Yuan's request and said, "From now on, your mission is to protect the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger tribe. As for the expansion of the tribe, you do not need to interfere. Let them do it themselves." Hearing Mo Qingyun's explanation, Tong Yuan's expression froze, each of them revealing a puzzled expression. Unexpectedly, while Tong Yuan and the others were puzzled, Lu Xinxiong and the others were also puzzled. As the saying went, "Send Buddha to the west." Since Mo Qingyun wanted to help the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe, why didn't he resolve the crisis for them once and for all? Seeing the expressions of Lu Xinxiong and the others, Mo Qingyun purposely smiled mysteriously and said, "Motivation comes with pressure. Without the threat of the other tribes, the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe will find it difficult to develop." Chapter 1503. Mr. Mo, thank you for your good intentions. This old man was foolish just now. After understanding Mo Qingyun's intentions, Lu Xinxiong clasped his hands in thanks to Mo Qingyun with an ashamed expression. Mo Qingyun's considerations were right. Without the threat of the other large tribes, the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe would no longer have that oppressive sense of crisis with Tong Shan and the others protecting them. Without this oppressive sense of crisis, the tribesmen of the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe would lose the pressure and motivation to become stronger. In this way, it wouldn't be easy for the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe to grow stronger. Seeing that Lu Xinxiong understood his intentions, Mo Qingyun nodded his head in satisfaction and said, "Since the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe crisis has been completely resolved, I should also leave this place." "Brother Mo, you're leaving now?" Lu Yanghu's expression changed when he heard that Mo Qingyun was leaving. He felt a strong sense of reluctance. Mo Qingyun had helped the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe greatly. He hadn't even had the chance to thank Mo Qingyun before Mo Qingyun actually wanted to leave. This made him feel very apologetic and ashamed. "I still have important matters to attend to. I can't stay here any longer." When he thought about his promise to Se, Mo Qingyun didn't want to waste any more time. He wanted to reach the nine-tailed fox tribe as soon as possible. Of course, Mo Qingyun was in a hurry to leave the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe because of Xian Xiao. Mo Qingyun was sure that Xian Xiao wouldn't let him off after he'd humiliated Xian Xiao last time. If Xian Xiao found out about his relationship with the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe, he might bring disaster to the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe. Therefore, it was better for him to leave the barbarian bull thunder tiger tribe before Xian Zhao's revenge came. Otherwise, with Xian Zhao's strength as a perfected golden immortal, the barbarian bull and thunder tiger tribe would face his wrath and be annihilated. Hearing Mo Qingyun's explanation, Lu Yanghu didn't ask him to stay any longer. He could only show his concern for Mo Qingyun. After chatting with Lu Yanghu and the others for a while, Mo Qingyun thought of something important and asked, "Right, do you know where the Nine-Tailed Fox clan is located? I once promised a friend that I would visit the Nine-Tailed Fox clan if I had the chance." Nine-Tailed Fox clan. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Lu Xinxiong and the others were shocked, thinking that they had misheard. The Nine-Tailed Fox race was ranked in the top 100 of the 10,000 ancient races. The fact that Mo Qingyun had a close relationship with the Nine-Tailed Fox clan came as a complete surprise to them. Compared to the shock of Lu Xinxiong and the others, Tong Yuan and the others were much calmer. They did not find this strange. Given Mo Qingyun's background as a Tianhun demon, it was normal for him to know a few people from the Nine-Tailed Fox race. On the other hand, it was the Nine-Tailed Fox race members' fortune to be acquainted with Mo Qingyun. After all, the Tianhun demon race was ranked in the top 10 of the 10,000 ancient races. The difference in strength between them and the Nine-Tailed Fox race could be described as the difference between heaven and earth. Master, the Nine-Tailed Fox race is located in the Nine Immortal Mountain Range. It's very far from the Tianqing Mountain Range. We don't have a map of that place. Tong Yuan and the others pondered for a moment before reporting to Mo Qingyun. Right now, we only have a map of the Tianqing Mountain Range. If Master wants a map of the Nine Immortal Mountain Range, you could try your luck at the Myriad Treasures Mountain Range. The Myriad Treasures Mountain Range? Could it be that a treasure with a map of the Wasteland continent has been unearthed in the Myriad Treasures Mountain Range? Hearing Tong Yuan's words, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but be stunned. This was his first thought. A treasure that records the map of the desolate continent has been unearthed? Tong Yuan was dumbfounded. He knew that Mo Qingyun had misunderstood. He hurriedly explained to Mo Qingyun, "Master, The Myriad Treasures mountain range is the territory of the Myriad Treasures race. The Myriad Treasures race is skilled in business and often have some treasures. Perhaps they have a map of the great desolate world. I see. Hearing Tong Yuan's explanation, Mo Qingyun revealed a look of understanding. He knew what Tong Yuan meant. Thinking of how powerful the Myriad Treasures race was, Tong Yuan's expression became more serious. He immediately said to Mo Qingyun, "Master, the Myriad Treasures race is not only skilled in business, but they are also very powerful. They are ranked in the top 50 of the 10,000 ancient races. You must not provoke them. If that's the case, I have indeed underestimated the Myriad Treasures race." After hearing Tong Yuan's words, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He was somewhat surprised by the Myriad Treasures race's strength. Then, Mo Qingyun learned the information he wanted from Tong Yuan. After a while, Mo Qingyun took the map of the heavenly mountain range from Tong Yuan's hands and said, "If that's the case, I will leave. You guys take good care of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger race. When the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger race is able to protect itself, I will return your freedom. Master, please rest assured. We will do our best to protect the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger race." Hearing Mo Qingyun's promise, Tong Yuan and the others were delighted and immediately thanked Mo Qingyun. They would not feel wronged if they were to follow Mo Qingyun, but they were somewhat unwilling to protect the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger race. After all, the difference in status between the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger race and Mo Qingyun was too great. At this moment, Mo Qingyun's promise gave them hope in their hearts. There was more light in their gloomy lives. As long as they did their best, they would have a chance to regain their freedom. After giving instructions to Tong Yuan, Lu Xinxiong, and the others, Mo Qingyun left the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger city and slowly disappeared from everyone's sight. Seeing Mo Qingyun's figure disappear, Lu Xinxiong and the others were filled with emotion. It was as if they were in a dream. A young man, with only the cultivation of the immortal infant stage, could change the fate of the Barbarian Bull Thunder Tiger race with just a wave of his hand. This was too unreal. One day, Mr. Mo will definitely be famous in the wildlands. Thinking back to Mo Qingyun's various methods and his abnormal combat strength, Lu Xinxiong could not help but sigh. Hearing Lu Xinxiong's emotional words, Tong Yuan, who was beside him, was also emotional. He said, "I once read in an ancient book that when there are two heroes in a powerful tribe, one of them will be allowed to train and grow by himself. Master should be the one who trained by himself." Lu Xinxiong and the others sighed and then dispersed and returned to their own residences. In the vast starry sky, an ancient tree exuding an ancient aura floated quietly in the starry sky. The ancient tree was surrounded by layers of white clouds, dividing the ancient tree into 34 levels. If there was an almighty here, they would recognize that this was the 34 levels of the heavens. Near the first level of the clouds, on a withered tree trunk, a simple wooden house seemed out of place. "Damn brat, how dare he destroy my spirit of worship? That brat has the aura of the Fortune Immortal sect." It seems that the Fortune Immortal sect is really in the ancient wild world. Once we get the Fortune Gate, we can enter the eternal immortal realm and not be bound by the Sixth Tao. As he got closer, he could hear the sounds of conversation coming from the wooden hut. Through the cracks of the house, they could vaguely see some figures moving about in the house. Chapter 1504. If Mo Qingyun was here, he would definitely be able to recognize these people. These people were the original statues that he had killed in the incense forest. Judging from their auras, they were much stronger than Xian Xiao. They were not on the same level. Fortunately, Mo Qingyun did not know that these people's cultivation had reached such a level. Otherwise, he would feel as if he was sitting on a carpet of needles. He would not be able to remain calm. Of course, if Mo Qingyun heard their conversation, he would be even more excited. The mysterious light gate martial spirit was actually the immortal gate of creation that these people were talking about. It led to an eternal immortal realm. Everyone, You should know how precious the immortal gate of creation is. Goat Horn Demon, I know what you mean. You want us to work together and break through the first layer of the immortal prison. Let our consciousness wander the starry sky and control a creature from the ancient desolate world. Old Crane, you're still the best. You saw through my thoughts with a single glance. This idea is not bad. However, our target cannot be too strong. Otherwise, it might attract the attention of the 6 heavenly Tao powerhouses. That kid is a heavenly soul demon. I think that controlling a heavenly soul demon junior will make it easier to do things in the future. This idea is very good. The people in the hut discussed for a while. Then they began to cast spells to break through the first layer of the immortal prison and let their consciousness wander the starry sky. A heavenly soul demon junior who has condensed the star position is a very suitable target. Soon, a weak consciousness in the starry sky attracted the crane demon's attention. Discovering the existence of this consciousness, the crane demon immediately made a move and enslaved his consciousness. Those guys from the immortal heavenly Tao are here. I was almost discovered by them. After enslaving this consciousness, the crane demon was shocked and immediately withdrew his consciousness back into his sea of consciousness. Seeing the crane demon's consciousness awaken, the others revealed nervous expressions and immediately asked him about the situation. That was close. Just now, my consciousness wandered the starry sky and was almost discovered by those from the immortal heavenly Tao. Crane Feather Demon, did you succeed? If you didn't, it will be troublesome to cast the spell again. I, the Crane Demon, personally took action. How can I not succeed? My target is a heavenly soul demon in a small star position. Haha, Old Crane is amazing. Now I just have to wait patiently. Seeing that everything was progressing smoothly, the demons laughed loudly and stopped doing anything else. In the distant Devil Wasteland domain, in a secluded courtyard among the heavenly soul demons, a young man who was cultivating with his eyes closed suddenly opened his eyes. A cold glint flashed across his eyes. A 10-star heavenly soul demon. This is the legendary King bloodline. Interesting. After the young man opened his eyes, an image appeared in front of him. The figure in the image was none other than Mo Qingyun. After carefully sizing up Mo Qingyun, the young man frowned slightly and said with a puzzled expression, "Judging from this person's temperament, he shouldn't be more than 500 years old. In the past 500 years, there hasn't been a case of 2 heroes. Who exactly is he?" This is getting more and more interesting. Remembering Mo Qingyun's identity, the young man smiled. His eyes turned colder and colder. "Fella, I don't care who you are. Even without my master's order, I will not let you go." The young man muttered to himself. He waved his hand in the air and looked for a summoning gesture. Under the young man's summoning, a middle-aged man with silver wings on his back walked over. He respectfully half-knelt to the young man and said, "Greetings, young lord. May I know why the young lord has summoned me?" "Inchi, go and investigate a person for me immediately. Do everything you can to get information about him." After summoning the silver-winged middle-aged man, the young man said to him. Then he projected an image and said, "The person I want to investigate is this young man in the image. A 10-star heavenly soul demon bloodline. Could this be the legendary King bloodline?" Seeing Mo Qingyun in the image, Inchi was shocked. He couldn't help but sigh. He hasn't even awakened his bloodline, but his bloodline has already reached the King bloodline. Once his bloodline awakens, won't he reach an even higher level? No wonder the young lord wants to get rid of him. This person is indeed a threat. Seeing Mo Qingyun's talent, Inchi was enlightened. He understood why the young man did this. Seeing Mo Qingyun in the image, Inchi's expression was complicated. He couldn't help but feel a trace of pity. He thought to himself, with such monstrous talent, if he returned to the Heavenly Soul Demon clan, he would definitely be nurtured by the clan and become another great prodigy. Now it's a pity. The competition between large clans is truly cruel. Inchi sighed in his heart. He left the young man's courtyard and went to investigate Mo Qingyun. Heavenly Mountain Range, not far from the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger City. When Mo Qingyun left the barbarian bull Thunder Tiger City, his expression suddenly changed. The corners of his eyes twitched rapidly. At this moment, a strong sense of uneasiness grew in his heart. Why is it like this? Why can my heart be so calm? There's always this feeling of uneasiness. Realizing the strong sense of uneasiness in his heart, Mo Qingyun's expression changed greatly. A strong sense of doubt rose in his heart. This feeling had appeared in the heavenly soul continent before. That was when He wanted to deal with him. Could it be because of Xian Xiao? Thinking back to the situation in the heavenly soul continent, Mo Qingyun guessed the reason for this situation. He muttered to himself, "It should be like this. When I was chased by Li He on the heavenly soul continent, I also had this feeling. Looks like I have to leave the heavenly mountain range as soon as possible and enter the inner regions of the god race." Forcefully suppressing the uneasiness in his heart, Mo Qingyun didn't dare to delay any longer. He immediately fled towards the inner regions of the heavenly mountain range. On the way, Mo Qingyun didn't waste any time. He gave Joss flames to Mo Zai and the others so that they could refine them and break through. After giving some Joss flames to Mo Zai and the others so that they could try to condense star positions, Mo Qingyun began to enter seclusion to break through. However, sometimes reality was always a little different from the plan. When Mo Qingyun was preparing to break through, the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle was targeted by a group of people and was chased by a group of people, courting death. Seeing this situation, Mo Qingyun's face darkened and his body emitted a murderous aura. Now that he was racing against time, there were actually people who came to ruin his plans. How could he let these people off? Immediately, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and appeared on the back of the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle. There's actually another person on the back of the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle. Does that brat have a spatial treasure? Seeing Mo Qingyun suddenly appear in the group of people chasing after the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle, a youth in the lead said in surprise, "Brat, I've taken a fancy to your mount. Give me a price. Our Bountiful Treasures tribe has plenty of money. Don't worry, I can't afford it." Bountiful Treasures tribe? Hearing this youth's words, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He was somewhat surprised by this person's background. After a brief moment of surprise, Mo Qingyun's lips curled into a smile. He said in pleasant surprise, "This person is actually from the Bountiful Treasures tribe. You should know how to get there." Chapter 1505. Young man, have you decided what price you want? Seeing that Mo Qingyun had not spoken for a long time, the young man from the Bountiful Treasures tribe urged him impatiently. The young man from the Bountiful Treasures tribe urged Mo Qingyun. He smiled slyly and said, "How about this? I'll give you 50,000 lower-grade celestial stones, and you'll sell them out to me. What do you think?" Hearing the young man from the Bountiful Treasures tribe, Mo Qingyun smiled playfully and said, "You're really generous. How about this? I'll make a deal with you." "You want to make a deal with me?" The young man from the Bountiful Treasures tribe was delighted. He thought that Mo Qingyun was tempted. He said eagerly, "The Bountiful Treasures tribe loves friends who know how to do business. Tell me, what kind of deal do you want to make with me?" Under the young man's gaze, Mo Qingyun's smile widened. He smiled faintly and said, "Give me a map of the Bountiful Treasures mountain range, and I'll spare your lives." "How about that?" "You spared our lives? Are you sure you're right?" Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, the young man from the Bountiful Treasures tribe was stunned. He thought that he had misheard. Even the weakest person on their side had a cultivation base that had reached the level of a small star. Mo Qingyun's complete celestial infant stage cultivation did not seem to be a threat to them. "I'm sure." Mo Qingyun nodded calmly. There was no sadness or joy on his face. "Ha, did you hear that? This young man is threatening me." Although the young man from the Bountiful Treasures tribe knew that Mo Qingyun was serious, he could not help but laugh. He looked at Mo Qingyun with disdain. Obviously, he did not think that Mo Qingyun was a threat to them. A young man at the celestial infant stage dares to talk nonsense here. He must be tired of living. In my opinion, this kid is probably too scared, so he got the person he was talking about wrong. This young man probably thinks that we, the Bountiful Treasures tribe, won't kill anyone because we don't fight. If a powerful tribe doesn't have blood on their hands, how can they intimidate other tribes? Young Master Yin Tao, please take a rest aside and wait for us to capture this young man. As soon as the young man of the Multi-Treasures clan finished speaking, the people around him mocked and laughed at Mo Qingyan. Hearing the words of these people, the youth called Yin Tao walked to the side with a cold smile and said, "This brat is mentally connected to the golden-crowned snake feather eagle. Once he dies, the golden-crowned snake feather eagle will also die. Don't be in a hurry to kill him. Just capture him." Yes, young Master Yin Tao. After receiving Yin Tao's instructions, the people behind Yin Tao surrounded Mo Qingyan. Seeing these people approaching, Mo Qingyan's lips curled into a sneer, his eyes flashing with mockery. These people weren't very strong, but their cultivations were all above the lesser star realm. The strongest person's cultivation had even reached the peak of the major star realm. Mo Qingyan wasn't in a hurry to summon ghosts after knowing their cultivation bases. Instead, he used the fusion gate to increase his strength. Recently, he hadn't found a suitable sparring partner. These people's cultivation bases were just right to be his sparring partners. Just as Mo Qingyan was thinking about this, a middle-aged man with an early major star realm cultivation base quickly came in front of him. "Brat, you've got guts. How dare you be disrespectful to young Master Yin Tao? Get over here and accept your punishment." The middle-aged man shouted at Mo Qingyan angrily. He stretched out his palm toward Mo Qingyan and grabbed at Mo Qingyan's shoulder. Demon Shadow, Traceless, Thunder Wind Path. Seeing the middle-aged man's action, Mo Qingyan's expression turned cold. He quickly dodged to the side. Mo Qingyan's figure moved, and a domain of wind and thunder was instantly formed in an area with a diameter of 100 meters around him. Boom, boom, boom. The middle-aged man entered the domain of wind and thunder and was immediately bombarded by thunderbolts. In an instant, he was blasted black. In addition, after being bombarded by several thunderbolts, the middle-aged man lost his ability to fight in the blink of an eye. Seeing this scene, Yin Tao and the others by the side all revealed shocked expressions. This brat only moved his body, and Wang Jiang was seriously injured and lost his ability to fight. That seems to be the case. It seems that this brat is not simple. Judging from his situation just now, this brat's real combat strength is probably comparable to a major star realm expert. He's only in the immortal infant stage, but he has the combat strength of a major star realm expert. This is too abnormal. Seeing Mo Qingyan's amazing performance, Yin Tao and the others were shocked. They did not dare to underestimate Mo Qingyan anymore. Immediately, these followers of Yin Tao were ready to join forces to deal with Mo Qingyan. "All of you back off. I'm going to deal with this brat myself." Seeing the actions of his followers, Yin Tao gave them an order and walked forward alone. Seeing that Yin Tao was going to make a move, the followers behind him immediately showed excited expressions. Young Master Yin Tao is a genius of the Snow Ridge bloodline of the Myriad Treasures tribe. He also has the ability to fight those of a higher level. That's right. Although young Master Yin Tao is only in the lesser star realm, his strength is comparable to a constellation realm expert. Young Master Yin Tao is going to deal with this brat personally. This brat will definitely lose miserably. Everyone flattered Yin Tao, believing that Yin Tao could definitely defeat Mo Qingyan. Under everyone's gaze, Yin Tao came to Mo Qingyan. He raised his head proudly and said, "Brat, I haven't fought for 9 years. I hope you won't disappoint me." Superpower, Magical Treasure Frenzy. As soon as Yin Tao finished speaking, he formed a hand seal and pointed at Mo Qingyan. One after another, strangely shaped magical treasures flew out from Yin Tao's hand, emitting a shocking aura. These magical treasures were not low-grade. They were all immortal artifacts. There were more than 70 of them. Although most of them were low-grade immortal artifacts, it was still a considerable amount of wealth, controlling more than 70 magical treasures. This superpower is quite interesting. Seeing Yin Tao's move, Mo Qingyun was shocked. He had a whole new level of respect for Yin Tao. Originally, Mo Qingyun thought that this Yin Tao was just a spoiled brat. He didn't expect him to have some ability. Fortune Mainland, collect. Seeing Yin Tao's move, Mo Qingyun decisively took out the Fortune Mainland. Compared to the Five Directions' small pagoda, using the Fortune Mainland to collect magical treasures was more efficient and effective. While Mo Qingyun was collecting incense, he discovered a new characteristic of the Fortune Mainland. Once something from the outside world was collected into the Fortune Mainland, it would lose contact with the outside world. When the Fortune Mainland was taken out, it began to expand infinitely, emitting a powerful suction force. Then, Yin Tao saw his magical treasures being sucked into the Fortune Mainland. What shocked Yin Tao even more was that when his magical treasures entered the Fortune Mainland, it was like a stone sinking into the sea. There was no connection at all. These magical treasures had been refined by Yin Tao and were connected to his mind. Asterisk puff, asterisk now that these magical treasures were forcibly collected by Mo Qingyun, Yin Tao's mind was immediately injured. He vomited mouthfuls of blood. Chapter 1506. You'll find out when you're dead. Mo Qingyun's expression was cold as he charged toward Yin Tao. Quick, everyone, protect young master Yin Tao. When they saw Mo Qingyun attacking Yin Tao, the others panicked and rushed toward Yin Tao. Golden Snake, flashing halberd. When everyone rushed toward Yin Tao, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed and disappeared from everyone's perception. When they saw Mo Qingyun's figure disappear, Yin Tao and the others' expressions changed drastically. Their expressions were tense and vigilant. Soon, the crowd was like an iron wall, surrounding Yin Tao in the middle. Seeing that he was surrounded and his safety was guaranteed, Yin Tao revealed an arrogant expression and said, "Brat, you escaped quickly. Otherwise, when this young master used his full strength, I would definitely make your blood splatter on the spot today." Young Master Yin Tao is mighty. He didn't even use all his strength, and he scared that boy away. That boy is no match for young Master Yin Tao. Young Master Yin Tao was in a good mood just now and purposely played with him. I can guarantee that when that boy knows young Master Yin Tao's identity, he'll obediently return young Master Yin Tao's Dharma treasure. Everyone surrounded Mo Qingyun. When they saw that Mo Qingyun did not make a move, they thought that Mo Qingyun had escaped. Hearing the flattering words of the crowd, the complacent expression on Yin Tao's face immediately became thicker as he said, "Kid, don't say that this young master didn't give you a chance. If you have the ability, then feel free to attack this young master. This young master definitely won't move an inch." Clang! Before Yin Tao could finish his words, a terrifying aura locked him in place. Then, a sharp golden, celestial spiritual energy rushed toward him, piercing the skin on his face and causing him to feel pain. However, what really frightened Yin Tao was the halberd that was approaching him at an extremely fast speed. Hiss! Yin Tao sucked in a breath of cold air and immediately turned to flee. He did not dare to take Mo Qingyun's halberd head-on. However, when Yin Tao turned to flee, he felt like vomiting blood when he saw that all his escape routes were blocked. Now, he could not escape even if he wanted to. Seeing that there was no hope for him to escape, Yin Tao's reaction was quick. He immediately tilted his head and narrowly avoided Mo Qingyun's halberd. Pucci! Although Yin Tao's head avoided the halberd, his body could not avoid it, and was pierced by Mo Qingyun's halberd. As the halberd pierced Yin Tao, Mo Qingyun exerted some strength in his hand and flicked the Scarlet Star battle halberd in his hand, sending Yin Tao flying. Young Master Yin Tao. Brat, how dare you hurt young Master Yin Tao? You guys go kill that brat. We'll go protect young Master Yin Tao. Seeing this sudden turn of events, Yin Tao's guards split into two groups. Half of them went to protect Yin Tao, while the other half went to kill Mo Qingyun. Heaven's sealing fist. When he's was Yin Tao's a very well. A's AV is A instantly. A black mist-like celestial spiritual power gathered in the air above them. In the blink of an eye, the black mist-like celestial spiritual power formed a giant fist that was filled with demonic might. Bang! With a loud sound, the people who were attacking Mo Qingyun were hit by the heaven-sealing fist. Then, these people were trapped by a huge circle of light, unable to move an inch. Heaven-sealing fist. He's a heavenly soul demon. When he saw Mo Qingyun's attack, Yin Tao was so scared that his body trembled and his lips trembled. As a heavenly being of the Myriad Treasures tribe in Shui Ling's bloodline, Yin Tao had a lot of experience. Therefore, when he saw Mo Qingyun's attack, he immediately recognized Mo Qingyun's origin. Yin Tao was scared out of his wits when he thought of the strength of the heavenly soul demon. He looked at Mo Qingyun in horror. This time, he had kicked an iron plate. You did well just now. Do you dare to do it again? Mo Qingyun came close to Yin Tao. He was not in a hurry to attack him. Instead, he teased him with a faint smile. Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Yin Tao immediately trembled in fright, revealing an expression that was even uglier than if his father had died. He bitterly said, No need, young master. I have eyes but failed to recognize Mount Tai. I ask that you be magnanimous and forgive me this once, okay? What a joke. He had reacted fast enough just now to save his life. If he did it again, he could not guarantee that he could react so fast again. Let you go. Mo Qingyun furrowed his brows. He quickly pondered in his mind, weighing the best course of action. Soon, Mo Qingyun had a plan. He said to Yin Tao coldly, If you don't want me to kill you, I can do it. Now, open up your sea of consciousness and let me plant a soul imprint in it. From then on, you will listen to my orders. Yin Tao and the others looked at each other. They were hesitating whether to agree to Mo Qingyun's request. Okay, I agree. After thinking for a short while, Yin Tao made a helpless decision. He agreed to be controlled by Mo Qingyun. This was because he knew that from Mo Qingyun's actions, if he did not agree to Mo Qingyun's request, he would really die here today. With Mo Qingyun's status as a heavenly soul demon, if he really wanted to kill him, he would not hesitate at all. As for his status as a member of the Many Treasures race, he could scare the weaker races. However, it was impossible for him to scare Mo Qingyun. Of course, from Yin Tao's point of view, with Mo Qingyun's status as a heavenly soul demon, it was not shameful to become his servant. Seeing that Yin Tao had agreed to submit to Mo Qingyun, the others naturally did not dare to resist. One by one, they allowed Mo Qingyun to plant a soul imprint. From their point of view, as long as they could protect Yin Tao's life, their mission would be completed. If Yin Tao really died, there was no need for them to go back. They would also die if they went back. I want to go to the Many Treasures race. You lead the way. After subduing Yin Tao and the others, Mo Qingyun did not waste time talking nonsense with Yin Tao and directly ordered him. Yes. Yin Tao nodded and respectfully led the way in front. Seeing Mo Qingyun riding the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle, Yin Tao's expression was bitter and his heart was filled with regret. If he had known this would happen, he would not have captured the golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle. For a golden-crowned snake-feathered eagle of the true immortal realm, he had become someone else's servant. Of course, Yin Tao did not dare to say this out loud. Now, he could only obey Mo Qingyun's orders. After checking Yin Tao and the others, and seeing that they did not dare to play any tricks, Mo Qingyun entered the Five Directions Small Pagoda. Seeing Mo Qingyun enter the Five Directions Small Pagoda, Yin Tao and the others' expressions did not change. They were surprised that Mo Qingyun had a spatial treasure. However, when they thought of Mo Qingyun's status as a heavenly soul demon, they felt relieved. As a genius of the heavenly soul demon race, it was normal for Mo Qingyun to have such a treasure. Chapter 1507. Not long after Mo Qingyun and the others left, a figure gradually appeared at the place where they had been fighting. As soon as this figure appeared, he frowned and took out a strange token. When the token was taken out, it flashed with a dazzling light, as if it was reacting to something. The shadow tracking token reacted, which means that the shadow hunting seal appeared here before. It seems that Mo Qingyun has been here before. When he saw the token in his hand react, the person's expression was cold as he surveyed his surroundings. Sweeping his gaze over the surroundings, the person narrowed his eyes and said coldly, "There's a violent fluctuation of immortal spiritual power in the air. It seems that there was a fierce battle here not long ago." Judging from the intensity of the immortal spiritual power in the air, the person who left behind this immortal spiritual power should be at the constellation rank. After obtaining some useful information from his surroundings, the person began to deduce Mo Qingyun used some kind of remarkable ability that allowed his cultivation to reach the constellation rank. It seems that the battle that happened here has something to do with him. The person silently speculated, then took out a blood-colored arrow and shot it into the sky. After shooting the shadow blood positioning arrow, the senior brothers will soon receive the signal and chase after Mo Qingyun in this direction. Seeing that everything was ready, the person's footsteps didn't stop as he chased after Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun didn't know that the latter was chasing after him. Right now, he was wholeheartedly immersed in cultivation, striving to break through as quickly as possible. Now that he had enough incense, he didn't waste any more time and immediately completed his star position. Under the constant replenishment of incense, the originally incomplete, unparalleled God of War Star position slowly became complete. As the unparalleled God of War Star position became more complete, the connection between Mo Qingyun and the unparalleled God of War Star also became stronger. Gradually, Mo Qingyun couldn't help but have the illusion that he was the unparalleled God of War Star, and the unparalleled God of War Star was him. About 10 days later, under Mo Qingyun's concentrated cultivation, his supreme star position was finally perfected. So it turns out that a complete star position can increase one's combat strength to such a degree. Mo Qingyun couldn't help but sigh when he sensed the power of the perfect star position. He smiled in surprise and said, "Now, I can only use the unparalleled War God Star position. Without using the fusion gate, I should be able to fight against a major star position pinnacle master. Since the star positions have been condensed, now is the time to increase my cultivation." Mo Qingyun's current cultivation had already reached the peak of the immortal infant stage. He was only a step away from the true immortal realm. Furthermore, his star position had already been condensed. Once he broke through to the true immortal realm, he would directly advance to the lesser star position realm. "Master, we're being watched." Just as Mo Qingyun was about to start his cultivation, Yin Tao's panicked voice rang in his mind. "That man is very powerful. He is a powerful existence at the half-step golden celestial stage. What should we do now?" "A half-step golden immortal?" Hearing Yin Tao's words, Mo Qingyun frowned. He didn't expect to encounter such a situation. Mo Qingyun was silent for a moment. He thought quickly and said, "Don't panic. Try to calm him down and try to find out his origin." "Okay." After hearing Mo Qingyun's instructions, Yin Tao had a plan and knew how to deal with the other party. Yin Tao didn't ignore Mo Qingyun's instructions. Instead, he released a wave of soul power from the 5-directional small pagoda to sense the specific situation around him. So powerful. This man's aura is stronger than Li Chang's. His strength should be more terrifying than Li Chang's. When Mo Qingyun's soul power spread out, he could sense the man's aura. He couldn't help but be shocked. He thought to himself, in addition, this man has bloodline power. Judging from the strength of his bloodline, his tribe should be ranked in the top 100 of the 10,000 Archean tribe board. While Mo Qingyun was guessing the other party's origin, the man frowned and looked at Mo Qingyun suspiciously. He said, "The fluctuation of aura from the battle just now was similar to the aura of these people. Could it be that they were fighting with Mo Qingyun? As soon as this thought appeared in his mind, the man immediately caught up and shouted at Yin Tao and the others, "Stop right there! Who are you? Why are you following us sneakily?" Seeing that the man had caught up with them, Yin Tao wanted to take him down a notch and questioned him unhappily. Hearing Yin Tao's question, the man frowned even more. He raised his head and said proudly, "I am one of the 12 celestial kings under Sir Godxian Shao, Celestial King Golden Eagle, Yuan He." Sir Godxian Zhao's men caught up with us so quickly. After knowing the other party's origin, Mo Qingyun was shocked and his heart sank. From what the other party said, it seemed that there were a total of 12 people who were chasing after him. 12 experts in the half-step to golden immortal realm were chasing after him. The situation wasn't optimistic. Underlings of Sir God. Hearing the other party's identity, Yin Tao was shocked, and there was fear and respect in his eyes. Although there were Sir Gods of the Daluo Golden Immortal Realm in the Myriad Treasures tribe, there wasn't such an expert in the Shueling tribe. Moreover, from the other party's tone, there seemed to be 12 experts in the half-step to Golden Immortal Realm under Sir Godxian Shao. Such a strong force wasn't one that the Shueling tribe of the Myriad Treasures tribe could afford to offend. Hence, it was better to be careful. Thinking of this, Yin Tao put away his arrogant attitude and said respectfully, "Senior, I wonder what orders you have. I will try my best to complete them. You know what's good for you." Seeing the change in Yin Tao's attitude, Yuan He looked better and said, "Sir Godxian Shao ordered us to chase after a fugitive. Along the way, I sensed his aura on all of you. I suspect that all of you might have been in contact with him. I need you to cooperate with me to track down his escape." Me? Yin Tao was stunned. He was confused by Yuan's words. Of course, at the same time that Yin Tao was confused, he felt more depressed and bitter. Why was he so unlucky? He had been tortured by Mo Qingyun, and now he had encountered such a person. At that moment, when Yin Tao was feeling frustrated, he suddenly thought of a crucial point. Could the person that the senior wants to catch be my master? When this thought came to Yin Tao's mind, he was so frightened that his face twitched and cold sweat broke out on his back. He thought to himself, "Master even dared to provoke a Sir God. He is too bold. I have offended someone like him. I must be tired of living." After figuring out the cause and effect of the matter, Yin Tao immediately felt like he had survived a disaster, and there was a lingering fear in his heart. Chapter 1508. Release your souls. I'm going to search your souls. If you have nothing to do with that person, I won't make things difficult for you. Just as Yin Tao felt a lingering fear, Yuan He ordered Yin Tao and the others with a cold expression. Search their souls. Yin Tao and the others trembled when they heard Yuan's words. They immediately showed some reluctance. If they let Yuan He search their souls, it would be equivalent to exposing all their secrets to him. More importantly, if Yuan He was careless, it was very likely that their souls would be destroyed. In comparison, Yuan's actions were much colder than Mo Qingyun enslaving them. Although Mo Qingyun had enslaved them, Mo Qingyun wouldn't endanger their lives during the process. Yuan's actions were completely for his own purposes. He didn't care about their lives at all. I hope that you're all smart people and won't force my hand. Yuan's expression turned ugly when he saw that Yin Tao and the others weren't cooperating. A chilling intent radiated from him. Under the pressure of Yuan's aura, Yin Tao and the others trembled. Their faces paled slightly. "Master, what do we do?" Yin Tao panicked slightly in the face of Yuan's aura. He immediately asked for Mo Qingyun's opinion. Mo Qingyun couldn't help but shake his head when he heard Yin Tao's panicked words. He sighed inside. "This Yuan He is ruthless enough. It looks like I can't hide anymore." Mo Qingyun knew very well that Yin Tao and the others were definitely not Yuan's opponent with their strength. Once Yuan He used force, Yin Tao definitely wouldn't be his opponent. He would forcefully search his soul. At that time, Mo Qingyun's hiding place would naturally be exposed. As a result, Mo Qingyun would be forced into a passive position. He might as well just show himself. Mo Qingyun was still counting on Yin Tao to bring him into the Myriad Treasures tribe. He couldn't let Yin Tao die yet. Afterwards, Mo Qingyun's figure flashed, and he emerged from the 5 directional towers. He arrived beside Yin Tao and the others. Master, seeing Mo Qingyun appear beside him, Yin Tao immediately revealed a happy expression, as if he had found his backbone. When Yin Tao saw Mo Qingyun, Yuanhe also saw Mo Qingyun. He sneered and said, "You are quite capable. You actually managed to subdue a group of people from the many treasures race. However, it is impossible for you to escape from our pursuit. Looks like I've underestimated Xian Xiao. If my guess is correct, he must have left a mark on me." Seeing that Yuanhe had accurately found him, Mo Qingyun immediately guessed that Xian Xiao must have left a tracking mark on him. Otherwise, how could Yuanhe find him so easily in the vast space between the Eternal South Immortal Domain and the Sky Pillar Mountain Range? Since you know, then obediently allow yourself to be captured. You won't be able to escape from Master's palm. Seeing that Mo Qingyun had guessed the truth, Yuanhe did not try to hide it. Instead, he ordered Mo Qingyun arrogantly. The wild continent is boundless. Xian Xiao is only a monarch god. He can't cover the sky with one hand. Mo Qingyun did not back down at Yuanhe's words. His expression gradually turned cold, and he said, "You're not in a hurry to attack me. I'm sure you're not confident that you can take me down. You're stalling for time while waiting for reinforcements." Hearing Mo Qingyun's words, Yuanhe's expression clearly twitched. Clearly, Mo Qingyun had hit the nail on the head. In Yuanhe's opinion, if Mo Qingyun could escape from Xian Zhao's telekinesis projection, he could probably escape from him as well. If that was the case, he might as well stall for time and wait for Xing Zhuang and the others to arrive. With Xing Zhuang's strength as a golden immortal of the great all-embracing heaven, no matter how many tricks Mo Qingyun had up his sleeve, he would definitely be captured by Xing Zhuang. The sealed door. Seeing the change in Yuanhe's expression, Mo Qingyun no longer hesitated and immediately attacked Yuanhe. He did not dare to let Yuanhe stall for time and wait for his reinforcements to arrive. This would put him in a passive position. A mini-light door quickly formed in front of Mo Qingyun and blasted towards Yuanhe. Yuanhe did not expect Mo Qingyun to be so decisive. He attacked without hesitation. In the face of Mo Qingyun's sudden attack, Yuanhe had no choice but to frantically block it. Pucci. However, Yuanhe's attack did not block the sealed door. The sealed door still blasted into his body. After being hit by the sealed door, Yuanhe's expression changed drastically. He knew what was going to happen. "I can't block such a technique." Realizing that his cultivation level had dropped, Yuanhe was shocked. His expression was filled with fear. Soon, Yuanhe's cultivation level dropped from the half-step golden immortal realm to the beginner stage of the constellation realm. "Will you restrain him from me?" After using the sealed door to attack Yuanhe, Mo Qingyun did not dare to hesitate. He immediately asked Wu Yu to help him. Yuanhe was a disciple of a golden immortal realm expert. He must have powerful techniques. Mo Qingyun had to be on guard against him. Soon, Wu Yu appeared in front of Mo Qingyun and rushed towards Yuanhe. After these days of recovery, Wu Yu's strength was stronger than before. He was about the same as Yuanhe when he was at his peak. A half-step golden immortal realm witch doctor. Seeing Wu Yu suddenly appear, Yuanhe was shocked. His expression twitched as he said, How is this possible? He's just an immortal infant realm kid. How could he have subdued a half-step golden immortal realm witch doctor as a star general? What shocked Yuanhe was not that Mo Qingyun had subdued Wu Yu. Chapter 1509. At the foot of the Tianqing mountain range, a ray of light descended from the sky, revealing a wretched figure. It was Yuanhe, who had used a secret technique to escape. Cough, cough, cough. Yuanhe held onto an ancient tree to steady himself. He coughed out blood continuously, and his face turned extremely pale. When he was attacked by the sealed door, his bloodline and spiritual soul had already suffered considerable damage. After that, he had used a secret technique by force, causing his bloodline and spiritual soul to suffer even more damage. Now, he had suffered even more damage. Mo Qingyun, I will remember what you did today. In the future, you and he, will repay you 100-fold. When he thought about how he had never suffered so much since he started cultivating, and he was so angry that his teeth itched. More importantly, Mo Qingyun was only at the immortal infant stage. This made him feel extremely aggrieved and resentful. That brat is full of tricks. In order to prevent Senior Brothers from falling into his trap, I should contact Senior Brothers first. Seeing that he had suffered at the hands of Mo Qingyun, and he immediately took out an arrow and shot it into the sky. There were many Daluo golden immortals in the Myriad Treasures tribe. And he was worried that Mo Qingyun would use the power of the Myriad Treasures tribe to deal with Xing Zhuang and the others who were chasing after him. After sending a signal to Xing Zhuang and the others to inform them of his current situation, and he began to cultivate and recover. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. After some time, two figures came to and he's side and looked at him nervously. The appearance of these two figures immediately attracted and he's attention, causing him to withdraw from his cultivation. Senior Brother Chen Chong, Senior Brother Zhou Duo, you're here. Seeing the two standing beside him, and he's face lit up. He greeted them and said, "Where are the other Senior Brothers? Are they all here?" Chen Chong and Zhou Zhe were the same as and he. They were Xian Zhao's personal disciples. Zhou Zhe and and he's cultivation were the same. They were both at the half-step golden immortal stage. As for Chen Chong, he had already reached the golden celestial stage, which was similar to Shi Tongqing and the others from the Eternal South Immortal Palace. Something happened in the floating dragon ancient kingdom. Senior Brother Xing Zhuang and the others went to suppress it. When he heard and he's question, Zhou Zhe gave a simple explanation. He revealed an indifferent expression and said, "Senior Brother Chen Chong is a golden immortal. With the help of the two of us, do you think we won't be able to catch Mo Qingyun?" "That's true." And he nodded, not objecting to Zhou Zhe's point of view. Two half-step golden celestial stage experts and a golden celestial stage expert. Even if Mo Qingyun had Wu Yu's help, it would still be difficult for him to escape from them. While the two of them were talking, Chen Chong frowned slightly. He asked in a deep voice, "Junior Brother Yuan, are you injured? When I was chasing Mo Qingyun a few days ago, I didn't expect him to have a half-step golden celestial stage expert with him. I accidentally fell into their trap." And he gave a simple explanation and covered up the reason for his injury. He then said, "After 2 days of recuperation, my injury is no longer a problem. Let's go after Mo Qingyun." "Okay." Chen Chong and Wu Yu nodded and headed toward the Myriad Treasures tribe with and he. On the way to the Myriad Treasures tribe, Mo Qingyun instructed Yin Tao and the others to hurry while he once again entered the five-direction small pagoda to cultivate and raise his cultivation level. Being chased by an expert like Xian Xiao, Mo Qingyun did not dare to slack off. He did not want to take any chances. Mo Qingyun was sure that Xian Xiao was a golden celestial of the great all-embracing golden celestial stage experts among the people he sent. With his current strength, even with Wu Yu's help, it would still be difficult for him to deal with an expert of the golden celestial stage. It would be fine if he encountered one, but if he encountered 2 or more, he would be in danger. Since the Supreme Star position has been condensed, I can now focus on breaking through my cultivation level. Mo Qingyun muttered to himself. He took out a large number of immortal stones and piled them around him. The Devouring Gate. After taking out a large number of immortal stones, Mo Qingyun did not waste any more time and immediately absorbed the spiritual energy in the immortal stones. Under the absorption of the Devouring Gate, the spiritual energy in the immortal stones was immediately extracted and entered the Devouring Gate like thin threads. After extracting the spiritual energy in the immortal stones, the Devouring Gate transformed the spiritual energy and transferred it all into Mo Qingyun's body. As soon as the immortal spiritual energy entered his body, Mo Qingyun immediately sensed it and began to refine and absorb it. As Mo Qingyun absorbed the immortal spiritual energy, the amount of immortal spiritual energy in his body became more and more abundant. At the same time, the aura that Mo Qingyun emitted became more and more powerful. As Mo Qingyun had already condensed the Supreme Star position, there was no longer any restriction on him breaking through to the true immortal realm. If Mo Qingyun wanted to, he could directly raise his cultivation level to the peak of the lesser star position. As time passed, the aura that Mo Qingyun emitted continued to rise. 5 days later, the quasi-true immortal realm. Half a month later, the half-step true immortal realm. After an unknown period of time, Mo Qingyun's aura skyrocketed and entered the true immortal realm. Buzz. The moment Mo Qingyun's cultivation level broke through, he felt a buzz in his head before he could rejoice. The light gate martial spirit in his sea of consciousness suddenly throbbed and emitted a dazzling light. The light gate martial spirit is stirring at this time. Could it be a new martial spirit superpower? With previous experiences, Mo Qingyun instinctively had this thought when he encountered such a situation again. Through the light emitted by the light gate martial spirit, Mo Qingyun could vaguely see a strange light gate slowly taking shape. After a while, the light of the light gate martial spirit dissipated and revealed the scene within. Inside the light door martial spirit, there was a new small light door. This meant that the light gate martial spirit had a new martial spirit superpower. There are 2 grooves on this small light gate. I wonder what kind of martial spirit superpower it is. After observing the new martial soul divine ability, Mo Qingyun revealed a curious expression, and a trace of anticipation appeared in his heart. Every time the light gate martial spirit produced a martial spirit superpower, his strength would skyrocket. This time would not be an exception. With this in mind, Mo Qingyun activated the martial spirit superpower to see what it could do. Under Mo Qingyun's activation, a light gate with 2 grooves quickly condensed in front of him. What surprised Mo Qingyun was that the door of light with 2 grooves didn't seem to have any additional abilities when it appeared. How could this be? Seeing this scene, Mo Qingyun had a puzzled look on his face. He was very puzzled. Based on past experiences, the martial spirit superpower derived from the light gate martial spirit could not be useless. I must have been careless. Chapter 15:10. The new martial soul's light door has 2 more grooves than the others. Could it be that these 2 grooves are the key? As Mo Qingyun continued to study, his eyes suddenly lit up and an idea flashed through his mind. He found a breakthrough point. Once his train of thought was opened, Mo Qingyun's research on the new martial soul's light door immediately became clear. From the shape of these 2 grooves, it seems to be similar to the martial soul's light door. After observing the new martial soul's light door, Mo Qingyun touched his chin and a bold idea popped up in his mind. Could it be that the 2 grooves of the new martial soul's light door could be embedded with other martial soul's light doors? As soon as this thought appeared in Mo Qingyun's mind, it gave him quite a fright. However, although Mo Qingyun was shocked, he could not help but want to try. Mo Qingyun displayed the sealed door in the new martial soul's light door. He embedded the sealed door's light door into the grooves of the new martial soul's light door. As the sealed door was embedded in the groove, the light door of the new martial soul's divine ability began to emit a sealing power. Success! Seeing the changes in the new martial soul's light door, Mo Qingyun's face lit up and his heartbeat accelerated. From the current situation, the use of the new martial soul's light door was exactly as he had guessed. The new martial soul's light door has the sealed door's ability after embedding it. What if I embed another divine ability door? Seeing this, Mo Qingyun began to draw inferences. He wanted to see the effect of embedding 2 divine ability doors. Let's try embedding the domain door. Mo Qingyun's heart skipped a beat. He conjured the domain gate and inserted it into another notch. After that, a strand of shocking sealing energy effused out from an area of 5 kilometers around Mo Qingyun. Domain seal. After discovering this, Mo Qingyun was shocked. He opened his eyes wide and said in disbelief, "The new Martial Soul's Light Door is embedded with 2 divine ability doors. It combines the abilities of 2 Martial Soul's Light Door. Originally, the sealed door could only seal a single target. Now, under the effect of a new Martial Soul's Light Door, it could seal an area. This increase in power was not as simple as 1 plus 1. The new Martial Soul's Light Door's Martial Soul's Light Door is indeed not to be underestimated. Knowing the function of the new Martial Spirit Divine ability, Mo Qingyun's face was filled with excitement. He said in surprise, "Since the new Martial Spirit Divine ability is a combination of 2 Martial Spirit Divine abilities, let's call it the Combination Gate. Combination Divine Ability Arts Light Doors Light Doors Light Door. S Light Doors Light Doors Light Door. Lights Light Light Doors Door Art Arts Light. Of the Divines Light Divine Door." Could it be that the Combination Door's Light Door can only be used once? Seeing this, Mo Qingyun wanted to vomit blood. His mood became gloomy. If they knew this would happen, they would have thought about it carefully. They wouldn't have been in a hurry to embed the sealed door in the domain door. Mo Qingyun was gloomy for a short while. He stopped thinking about it and comforted himself. Forget it. Increasing the power of the sealed door and the domain door is a good gain. After familiarizing himself with the new Martial Soul's Light Door's Light Door, Mo Qingyun didn't waste any more time. He began to cultivate and stabilize his current cultivation level. To prevent his cultivation level from rising too quickly and destabilizing his foundation, Mo Qingyun didn't continue to break through his cultivation level. He decided to settle down for a while and stabilize his foundation. It wouldn't be too late to continue breaking through his cultivation level. Next, Mo Qingyun refined the immortal stones and purified the immortal spiritual force in his body. 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. After 10 days of cultivation, Mo Qingyun's cultivation level finally stabilized. Seeing that his cultivation level had stabilized, Mo Qingyun prepared to break through his cultivation level. "Master, we've reached the Myriad Treasures tribe." Just as Mo Qingyun was about to cultivate, Yin Tao's words entered his mind. Hearing Yin Tao's words, Mo Qingyun's expression changed. He was pleasantly surprised and said, "Since we've reached the Myriad Treasures tribe, we won't continue cultivating. With my current strength, I should be able to fight against constellation experts without using the fusion door." Sensing the increase in his strength, Mo Qingyun smiled faintly. He was very satisfied with the gains from his cultivation. Just as Mo Qingyun was pleasantly surprised, waves of spiritual force fluctuations from a cultivation level breakthrough spread out from the 5-directional small pagoda. It seems that everyone has gained a lot during this time. Sensing the spiritual force fluctuations in the 5-directional small pagoda, Mo Qingyun was slightly stunned. He checked on the cultivation progress of Mo Zai and the others. Observing the cultivation progress of Mo Zai and the others, Mo Qingyun didn't disturb them. He just sensed from a distance. At present, the one who cultivated the fastest was Mo Zai, who cultivated in the same way as Qi Lian. She was now at the middle stage of the large star realm. Then it was Murong Qingyu, He Xian, Savage Beast, and Iron Wing, who had all reached the peak of the small star realm. Next were Mo and Xie, who had reached the small star realm and the immortal infant realm respectively. Seeing everyone's cultivation progress, Mo Qingyun's smile became wider. He was very satisfied with this situation. It seemed that it wouldn't take long for everyone to reach the half-step golden immortal realm. From Yin Yan's point of view, if Yin Tao didn't fail to pick the snow cloud lotus and be despised by Yuan Li. He would die under the claws of the mysterious ice frost devil dragons. Anyway, no matter what the situation was, it was extremely beneficial to him. Mo Qingyun and the others didn't know about Yin Yun's thoughts. They were rushing towards the Snow Cloud Valley at full speed. The Snow Cloud Valley wasn't very far from the Snow Ridge faction's residence. After about 15 minutes, a snow-white valley appeared in front of Mo Qingyun and the others. This was the Snow Cloud Valley. As they walked into the Snow Cloud Valley, Mo Qingyun felt an ice-cold chill assaulting him. Feeling the chill in the valley, Yin Yun revealed a complacent sneer. He looked at Mo Qingyun, who was beside Yin Tao, and said, "Yin Tao, the chill in the Snow Cloud Valley is something that even a minor star realm expert can't withstand. This brat only has the cultivation of the profound star realm. He can't even withstand the chill and can't even enter the Snow Cloud Valley." Mo Qingyun ignored Yin Yun's ridicule and walked into the Snow Cloud Valley with an indifferent expression. After a while, the group arrived in front of the serene jade icy pond and looked at the pond with lotus leaves and lotuses growing on it. "Mr. Mo, the water in the serene jade icy pond is extremely cold. Even an elite of the golden celestial stage can easily touch it." Standing at the edge of the serene jade icy pond, Yin Tao's expression was grave as he reminded Mo Qingyun. Then he said, "Later, when you attack the dark ice devil snake, you must be careful of the pond water that it spits out." "Okay." Mo Qingyun nodded and glanced at the surface of the serene jade icy pond. Then he flew towards the sky above the serene jade icy pond. Seeing Mo Qingyun's action, everyone's expression immediately became grave, and they all broke out in cold sweat for Mo Qingyun. Mo Qingyun was playing with fire. Roar! Roar! Mo Qingyun came to the sky above the serene jade icy pond. Then, two huge figures that were 1,000 meters long flew out from the serene jade icy pond. As soon as the two huge figures appeared, they emitted a cold aura and drilled into Mo Qingyun's body. So strong. Mo Qingyun's expression was shocked. He didn't expect the dark ice devil snake's aura to be so cold. Then, Mo Qingyun activated the roaring flame shield to resist the cold attack of the dark ice devil snake. Seeing these two huge figures, everyone's expression was shocked, and they revealed a strong sense of reverence.